here for the fellas coming on here. Fellas don't want to see no shit like that. But I wanted to make this real quick. I just got it probably like an hour ago, hour and a half ago, whatever. So this might be it. I might just wrap this up. Um, what do I mean by that? There seems to be this space within YouTube where I believe YouTube is working as a like, how can I say it? A deterrent, not only in society, but I think YouTube is working as almost engine and funneling, how can I say, dirt, funneling problems, furthering catastrophe, furthering drama, whatever the case may be. I've watched so many channels on YouTube that just basically sit around and cause drama, have fights on it. I watched a young man's page yesterday that dedicated his whole page to showing people getting robbed in Chicago. If you throw that on top of the people that do come to my page, seemingly they come to my page to like argue, or I get this other batch of women that come over. He said what? Because I put up something about Christian Aboseli, and he got murdered by this white woman down in Florida, and they arrested her in Hawaii. You wouldn't believe the amount of women I had come to my page, not to view or see what was going on, or even applaud the fact that this woman that was a murderer got arrested. No, they came to my page and told me, then he used to make fun of black women. You know, for some reason or another, there's a group of black women that run around and act like they're a protected species, like a group of whales or some shit. But good luck with that. You know what I mean? That's the biggest delusion they ever sold you right there, thinking you're a protected group, because that's exactly how you acted. Um, then I have another group of people that come to my page and act like animals, but don't want to donate a dime. Yes, I said donate. You donate to everybody else. There seems to be some momentum that runs around that is facilitated by, believe it or not, other women of color. I've got one woman that comes to my page that I think is pure cat shit out of her mind. Um, she will write or either like a post I have and then have a separate account and go in with the separate account and hit that's dislike and then flag the post itself, all in an attempt, I guess, to probably try to get me to like leave YouTube. So I've started not talking to any of the people that do follow me anymore, because I have a feeling it's one of three people, and I can't pin down exactly who it is, but I got a feeling who it is, but I just can't exactly pin down who it is. We can tell by the fake account when I hit the YouTube support team, which I will say y'all been helpful, but F you too. You know, you allow it to happen. YouTube allows people to get harassed, bothered, allows and encourages people to flag people's pages because it doesn't matter why. I don't like the way you wore your hat today, so I'm gonna flag everything. Or, I had a person put 72 comments telling people don't donate to me, and I'm like, why? You think YouTube went the extreme and blocked that person's page or anything? Like, no, not at all. Then you have the second group, and I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the obvious. You know what I mean? This is what's going on. I could care less. Listen, I will never and never have got fully accepted by black people, so ain't nothing different now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that. What I was hoping to do was get a crowd in here that particularly is not black. And I know that sounds fucked up, but they seem to be the ones, and I think a lot of people will agree with me. They seem to be the ones running around starting trouble with people all the time. They're quick to get upset. They're quick to yell and scream and talk about racism and all that shit. But yet and still, you're some of the biggest facilitators to go out and fuck with people every day. See, it's not white people that bother my page, it's black people. And I think many black people are literally out of their fucking mind. Like, they seriously, like, I mean, weird. I've had white people pretend like they're cool with you and then like do some dirty shit, but I think like Black people do it the best. They will pretend they're cool with you, but all along they're doing some underhanded shit under you. You know what I mean? Not all, but I get 80% of them. They act like they're cool with you, but the whole time they're doing some undermined shit, you know? So I've had this person for the past 3 to 4 weeks now. Every time I put something up, they come behind it and flag it. And what happens is YouTube has this like YouTube is run by bots that monitor what's going on your page, or you get a complaint on your page. So it takes quite a minute to like cure up, right? So once they do that and they hit that thing or whatever, to report your video or say they was in whatever the case may be, right? There's an investigation period. And so that video, many of the times that I throw up videos, they're time conscious, sensitive. So this person is either one or three people. I found one of them, but what they'll do is they'll come to my page because many times I have a story up a day or two ahead of the press, or a day or two before people are really talking about it. If you don't believe me, just go look at my video history and look at the timestamps, and it will prove that. But I was one of the first people that had the Christian Abaselli post up. I see some people, they'll have 485,000 views on the same clip that I put up a day before they did. And this is because they'll come to my page, flag my shit, take the story or go search it out, the clip or whatever on their own, and then put it up on their own page and get hundreds of thousands of views from it. While I will see a minimum of 200, 300 views because the person has flagged my post. So YouTube puts it into a little category of being flagged. And this is what they'll continue to do. So you as a viewer will look at it and be like, you don't get no views. Or when I go live, this is the other one that I found out, because I found this out by going into my email. There was someone the other night when I went up to Trump Tower that flagged my video. Y'all ready? 13 times. They flagged my live 13 times. And I looked at the name, because YouTube will tell you they don't believe it, but YouTube will tell you the name of the email. I can't tell the name of the person, but I can tell the name of the email. And when I looked at the email, I said, this is somebody black. It seems that black people have become the new terrorists online. There was somebody that was upset the other night that I was having a conversation with that gentleman in Spanish. They wrote in the comment section, but YouTube flagged it, so it went to the YouTube studio for me to go see it, because my comments are filtered. And they said they go this fucking, what did they called me something that was supposed to be an insult towards Spanish people, and I was just like, yo, wow. And this was a black person, you know. So I'm thinking, because you're not gonna win here. The message I have and the things that I'm talking about, I think I'm not gonna win here. So I found me another spot to go to. I had started building another page. We got up to like 50 followers on that page or whatever. And I said, nah, I'm not gonna do that either. I'm not gonna do that either, because what I'll get is I'll get the same riffraff, and these are black people that don't want any contention. They're very jealous-hearted people, very nasty people, very belligerent people, very coward people, because they wouldn't say the same thing to a white person. They're cowards. They reserve their energy, they reserve their narcissism, they reserve their we call violent outbursts for the old people. They scared to do it with anybody else. You won't see them do it with a white man. You won't see them do it with anybody else. They just reserve their anger towards each other. And I started thinking, why am I trying to talk to people that are like that? These people don't even think like I think, you know? Why would you try to save them? And then I said, you know what? Let them kill each other. I really told them, I said, let them kill each other. Why not? You try to kill me. You flag my page. You tell people don't donate to me. You want to see me broke. You laugh at situations I've been through or whatever, whatever. And I said, well, the only thing I do is come on here and try to, give these people advice. And then finally I said, you know what, fuck it. Let them die. Why not, right? Fuck it. Let them kill each other. That's where I'm at now. When you consistently try to sit back and you try to say, oh, there's so many help gurus on YouTube now that will save the people. I'm going to save the people to having debates with y'all. I'm going to save the people by y'all donating thousands to me and me lying to you the whole time. I said, I don't think I want to be in this space anymore. Because moving forward, when I'm trying to get back into whatever, it's like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit any longer. I also will be removing all my material off of YouTube because I never wanted to sit there. So that's another thing I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna remove every last one of my videos and upload those to the cloud. And then I'm gonna go somewhere else and start a new space. That way, even the suspected people that are coming to my page, terrorizing my page, or the suspected people that I can't filter out because it's very hard to filter out who's following you. It's very hard. The only thing you got goes by email. But this one particular person, I know who they are. They have been flagging my shit. They have been trying to get it's a terrorism act, really, and I really believe it is a black woman. Black women have this thing where they are so insidious. Not all, but a lot of them are so insidious. They will constantly do things like you see, a woman can't physically beat you. You understand what I'm saying? But what they'll do is they'll use their little mental tactics to kind of like terrorize you, if I could say. I've never had this happen from any other group of women ever in my life. They're very narcissistic, they're very nasty in their disposition, they're very one sided. The other night, y'all didn't see this, but when I was up at Trump Tower when I was doing my live, right? When I was talking, there was a black woman and this white dude that walked right in front of me. Y'all might have seen one part of the video. It's probably like maybe 4 or 5 minutes in. I looked to the left of me and I'm peering. And what I was looking at was this black woman who insidiously, she did it on purpose. I wouldn't have cared if you were with a white dude. Now I really don't care. And on top of that, you really wasn't that attractive, mama. If you see this, you really was not hot like that. You thought you were hot. You were like high school Nickelodeon chic hot. But anyway, this bitch comes around the corner and there's a Gucci store right next door to Trump Tower. And so she looks directly at me. I'm talking like peering at me. And I see the facial expression on her face. She goes like this, like a fucking, like a nut. She grabs white boyfriend and then she points at the Gucci store and she's like, "Ooh, look." And I was like, this motherfucker gotta be dumb as hell. Cause right then and there, I would have left that broad right where she was sitting there. Oh, yeah, that's why you fucking with me. You want the Gucci. Oh, okay. Hopefully that white boy found out when he in divorce court. But when she saw that I wouldn't pay attention to her, what she was hoping I would do, and then not after that, she saw two black police officers guarding Trump Tower. She felt fucking stupid as fuck. And then she grabbed them and said, "Okay, come on." Nobody cares if you date a white dude. But this is the point. White men and black women, in some facet or another, have joined arms together, which is a very sick union, and decided we're going to dedicate our time to going out and harassing black men. You know, men that look like your father, black girl. Welcome to the team. So there's a whole bunch of like weird mental gymnastic shit going on out here, and I just really don't want any part of it anymore, especially if you're not getting paid for it, you know? I the other night I ended up spending, and if you guys wonder why I didn't go back live after the Trump Tower thing, it was just like, why the fuck should I go live for these motherfuckers for? For what? For what? It won't contribute to me, but you'll contribute to a motherfucker sitting at his fucking chair all day long, talking about the hoop, the hoop, the hoop. And we black people, we victims. We black people, we victims. We black people, we victims. You'll contribute monetarily to a motherfucker like that. I said, no, no, no. These people have no hope, none whatsoever. And you're gonna find that out sooner or later. You have no hope whatsoever. The way you carry yourself, the way you argue and debate with each other, you have literally no dignity whatsoever. And I just don't want to be associated with that. Is that fucked up? I don't know. And then the fact that the people, not just myself, but other people, I see a lot of other black YouTubers and Latin YouTubers that bust their ass and they get no financial support from the black people or anything like that. But let it be about some gossiping or they front and center. You're gonna destroy yourself. And there's gonna be a moment when I can look back after you destroy yourself and I'll be like, see, I told you. And you allowed YouTube to help you do it. Dumbasses. These people, they pretend that they're smart, but they're not really that smart. And you know, I don't care how much you articulate or whatever you try to do. I know a dumb motherfucker, and I know a person that doesn't come from the same background as me, whether it be suburban, collegiate, or whatever the case may be in any of those facilities. I know when you don't come from that and you're trying or you're putting on, you try too hard. But the thing that's sad is it's like he's saying black people, they won't go to somebody white page and try to destroy their page. And I've said this a million times, and I say this because most of them are cowards. They are, they're cowards. The cowards, they would never do the same thing that they try to do to you, to their so-called opposition or whatever the case may be. So, and YouTube helps them do this. Don't y'all notice that? The niggas get pushed through the ecosystem of YouTube. You didn't notice that? I'll say it for you again. If you have a page that has to do with destruction, if you have a page that has to do with drama, if you have a page that has to do with teaching people how to be racist or whatever, whatever. There's literally a portion of African Americans that are teaching children how to be racist. And I'm telling you, it's going to serve you no purpose moving forward, especially if you come from the urban environments that you come from. If you think walking out into, listen, I live in the suburbs. I literally live in the suburbs. If you going to a white arena with this pro-black racist mind, you're going to find very quickly that a whole bunch of doors are going to close on you. They're going to close on you simultaneously, you know? And so I don't I'm used to a certain brand, I guess you would say at one time or another, black people, and I just this new brand, I just do not like. I'm totally disgusted by them, to be quite honest with you. And I'm not no old motherfucker. These are the children of teen mamas. Okay. We always make that mistake and we always call somebody old or something. No, you were a teen mom. Okay. You were a teen mom. You're not old, but your kids are older now, you know? And now, like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. It is just a weird space to be in, you know? So yeah, man, that's just my whole gas right there. Watch out for black people. Like literally, a lot of them are fucking crazy, dude. Do you know how fucking crazy you have to be to have two separate accounts? Have one account where you're praising my shit online and all that shit or whatever, and then have a separate email. And the way we're able to tell is because you use the same email to sign up for both pages. So it's like you have a separate page where you come and you flag my shit. That's like two personalities. That is fucking weird, dude. And I've got somebody that does that on my page. You know, I even stopped talking to people off my page now. I'm just like, I don't talk to these motherfuckers. Like, you never know if somebody's like trying to gain information from you or whatever the case may be or whatever. And they're like, these motherfuckers are donating $1. Like, but you'll go donate $200, $300 for somebody that sound like they preaching real good or talking that octave. You know, black people are just, I think, prerequisite to this octave in their voice. Like, you got to talk like a Southern preacher or some shit. Oh, Lord, Lord, we being abused. We as victims. We's got to get free. Talking like that. Fuck out of here. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. I don't care. Why should I have any, like people go watch us, they're gonna be like, why is he talking like that about us? Why should I have any motherfucking like worry in the world about you motherfuckers for real? Like, if you're constantly going on here, if you're going beyond the measure, other than that, I spent what, $60 going out that I didn't even have to spend to go out. But I said, you know what? Let me get out this house. I haven't been out all week. Um, I've been doing lives all week. I've been doing uploads all week. And the only thing that came in contention was all that work I put in. A motherfucker sitting there flagging my shit. A motherfucker sitting there won't share my shit. Motherfucker sitting there won't donate to my shit. But what they will do is they will take your story and make it their own and put it on their page and then subsequently take in donations, act like they the facilitator of the information, act like they wouldn't gain the information. No, you got that information from me. I can't even tell you about like 7 or 8 motherfuckers I've had on my page that will actually take my words and reiterate them or reposition them as their own. It's crazy. You're not being terrorized by white people. You're being terrorized by niggas, right? That's the terrorists on YouTube, niggas. All right, ain't no bigger terrorists on YouTube than black people. Now, and the second, only to be second by whites. You know what I mean? Only to be second by whites. Is there's some crazy white like fucking fucks on YouTube too, but yeah, son, I can't with these niggas. I can't no more. No, no, no mariano por me. No más marianos for me. Fuck that shit. I gotta get out the nigga helping business. That shit ain't profitable. I see what Dick Gregory was talking about. Now, these new branches of black people, they're not the same people. Y'all need to stop pretending that they are. These are not the same people. These people are narcissists, obnoxious, and they will sacrifice you. You're going to find that out more and more and more. But I'm going to let y'all find it out. And then you're going to come back here one day. You're going to see my videos. You're going to be like, damn, he was right. Because I see one thing I know about is trajectory. And I see where this is going. And if you don't believe me, just look at your local news. They're batshit fucking crazy. They're crazy. Crazy. And their sole motive is to either try to make you jealous of them. But listen, you cannot make me jealous of you if you don't come from nothing. It's gonna be very hard, you know what I mean? But it's an over preponderance of a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, for me, for this channel, I cannot continue to serve talking about promoting black issues. I cannot continue to present what I find as being honest and dignified. African Americans, and for white people watching this, African Americans have very little respect for their own people. They will kill. I'll even go as far as say they will kill, maim, do whatever they have to do to their own people. They don't care about their own people. So when you hear them sit around, they talk about you're abusing them as white people, whatever. Remind them you kill your own every day. You try to destroy your own every day, whether it be mentally, whether it be physically, whatever the case may be. And nobody will sit up here and speak about it or whatever the case may be. I think Charleston White tried to do it. He didn't do it very correctly, but I do see some of the highlights of what you were saying, sir. I will say that. He's one of the very few. One of the very few I saw where he just recently apologized via Crip Matt made him apologize, I think. But yeah, a lot of things Charleston White said were true. A lot of them. You might not like the way he said it. I don't like the way he said a lot of it either. I don't like some of the things he said. Like, I don't agree with death to anybody. I don't believe anybody specifically should have been dead either. But yeah, I honestly, truthfully think black people, like, they try to point the finger at white people, but I think, like, as far as like harassing people, doing underarm things or whatever, they're top notch at that shit. They have become perfectionists. I say they're better than the Klan at this point as far as harassing. The other night when I was up at Trump Tower too, I meant to put this in there. And the Capitol Bill will probably back me up. Some of the Proud Boys rolled past me. You always know that Proud Boy fan is black, got the little white thing. They rolled right past me or whatever, looked right at me. Didn't say a word. I didn't get harassed by them, but I get harassed by people who look just like me on a daily basis, flagging my pages and shit. And it's like, it would be one thing if I was speculating. I got the proof from YouTube. Like, I have the proof from YouTube. And I guess if you want to be better terrorists, because that's what you are, online terrorists, black people, don't use names like Yusef or Mustafa. Did y'all see that guy Yusef coming to my page the other night? Oh, your real name is Davin? I knew he was new because my name has been Davin Lewis since the beginning I started this. I just changed it to the Rich Money Club because I wanted to see if motherfuckers would reveal themselves, and they did. Oh, a nigga can't wait to reveal themselves. They gotta take. Let me tell you something. A black dude. This is how stupid black people are. Not all black people, but a lot of black people. This is how stupid they are. They'll rob a bank and then they'll run around and brag about how they robbed the bank because they want the hood to see them. You know, like fucking stupid and dangerous. You know, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Fuck all that for the people shit. All that for the people bullshit. When the people sitting around fucking you every day. When the people will sit around and smile in your face and be the very ones fucking you. Fuck the people. I'm done with that run. So if I was going to stay, what am I going to do? Well, my plans are this. One, try to get as many fucking worthless, non-dollar spending motherfuckers off my page. That's for one. Two, limit what the fuck you talk about to these people. Three, Do not physically go to any more locations for these motherfuckers because they don't appreciate it. I was up there at fucking Trump Tower the other night, and I went to a couple other places. And I had more places planned, and I said, nah. I said, these motherfuckers won't even donate $3 for me. Go get a cup of coffee. But a nigga that sits in the corner in his room and turns on the fucking light, y'all give him thousands of dollars talking about, ooh, child, ooh, Lord. A nigga that's a multi-million-dollar basketball player that's worth $4 million, y'all will donate thousands. I said, something's wrong with these people. It ain't me, it's them. And you trying to talk to them and trying to reason with them just makes yourself look even more stupid. So I said to myself, I said, you know what? Yeah, on this plateau anyway, not in maybe in real life, but on this one right here, I have to get away from this black crowd. Black crowd is not beneficial for me. You understand what I'm saying? If you live with a black crowd, I said at the top of summer, I said, yo, there's so many things I'm trying to do this summer. I probably missed well over 14 or 15 events because of the lack of like support. And a couple of those events, I could have literally filmed and live streamed in there because I knew the people that were throwing the events. And I had to tell people, hey, I can't show up. I ain't got it right now, or whatever embarrassing thing I had, or whatever. And I said, well, the reason I can't do it is because I dedicated my time to YouTube and believing the motherfuckers on YouTube. I've had people on YouTube tell me they were going to donate to me, don't support, or whatever, whatever. And I just can't wait for that day because I know what's going to happen. It's gonna be this secret donator or someone I hope that God they white. I'm just hoping that God, I know they are gonna be, but I'm hoping that God they're white or some other race. They don't necessarily have to be white. That's gonna significantly donate like $5,000, $8,000 to my cash. It's gonna be like, yo, $ STRINGERBELL80, Stringer Bell 80. I'm gonna donate five to him. See what he do. I just listened to Drake the other night say, Lil Wayne gave him $30,000, and then for the next 6 months, that changed him and his mom's life. He said that on stage in front of Lil Wayne, this reunion Young Money thing. I thought that was so real, man. So I know the significant donator to me will be somebody white, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But yeah, we getting out the black business. Ain't no more of that shit. Ain't no money in the black business unless you not that intelligent. If you're intelligent, there's no room in the black community for you, unless you're a woman. But you're intelligent, you're a man. There is no room for you in the black ecosphere. It is in every other race, but not in the black world. Oh no, no, no! Your man got to be dumb and damn near Cro-Magnon man for them to accept you there. And the women are so masculine and argumentative and drama driven that like they say, Instagram got your bitch. You know what I mean? Instagram got your bitch. I was trying to express that the other night when I went up to the other location about Trump's. No accord. So I said this. I said, you know what? These niggas don't even do what I do. Won't go to the locations and the spaces that they talk about and they shit. And I do. I physically go there, no fear, no nothing. And don't get no rewards. While a nigga can sit in his motherfucking living room and tell you about the war and report the war, but won't go out to the field where the war is happening. I said, yeah, these niggas is weak. These niggas is weak. If there was ever a war and what's the name, and I got to make a decision based off the past experiences, all y'all motherfuckers is giving up. Trust me. I ain't protecting day one of you. Fuck y'all. Giving y'all the same fuck you give me every day. I have great stories on my page. I break shit before different people do. And the motherfuckers will come on and they're so conniving and they're so fucking this full of glee to fuck people over that they'll come to your page, steal your story, flag your shit, put it up on their pages at home, don't do no research, and y'all donate to the motherfuckers, but won't donate to the original person that threw the shit up. Crazy. The fuck wants to support people like that? You have to be a fucking fool. You keep supporting people like that. I told niggas at the top of the summer, I said, yo, there's a whole bunch of things I want to go out and do, make some moves or whatever. We can make the page better together. Think they donate to me? Nah. I've had people come on my page, tell me, why are you asking for donations? Meanwhile, they'll go over there to fucking one of these other bloggers and donate $500, $200, or they'll go donate to a fucking multi-millionaire. Fuck out of here. I know what I'm saying is good stuff. I have intellectual people to come on and tell me, yo, good stuff, including some black women. But the two most nefarious motherfuckers you will intervene with on YouTube, and trust me when I tell you, there's actually three: racist white man, black women that hate themselves. Yes, I said that. Hate yourself. Because if you make a proclamation that you hate a motherfucker that look like your daddy, you make an announcement about it and put it up as a video. I'm no longer dating black men. Well, watch this, bitch. Your daddy, your uncles, your cousins, all in black, all the males. You don't date them either. You don't like them either. Which is also a psychological trope. It's okay for a bitch to get online and talk about how she's not dating men of color no more. But I better not get online and say, I don't like one of you bitches, or I don't like your behavior, or I don't like dating you anymore, or whatever. That's not okay. No, we need to destroy him and cancel him, but she deserves to be happy. No. We're not playing that. I got a fix for that too. I got a real good fix for that. The person I should have went to in the first place upon this subject was the key person, the white woman. That's who I should have went to on that one. I got you. We're gonna shut that whole shit down. I think I might be better as a nemesis. That's what I'm thinking. I think I might develop myself into a nemesis. You know, the problem is you never want an intelligent person to become a nemesis. Magneto was a nemesis. Intelligent man. But a nemesis. You never want to push an intelligent person to becoming a nemesis. Because, see, the same way y'all do little backdoor shit over here, I'm a master at it. Trust me. I'll fuck you real good. Trust me. I'll fuck you over real good. Don't ever fuck with somebody that's intelligent enough to articulate themselves and maneuver around a system that you're not familiar with. You can pretend you are. I see a lot of black people that sit around and pretend like they're intelligent, you know. I had this one dude, I went to his page one day. I recorded it too because I thought it was funny. He did exactly what I predicted. Most of these motherfuckers, they'll do exactly what you predict they do in their behavior. Trust me on this. And most African Americans, they can't help but wanted to be seen. I always use it against them. The fact that you like to be seen is the perfect thing to use against you. So he wants to be seen. Fat, out of shape dude. And he had a page. And I went to his page or whatever. And as soon as somebody came in to answer the question that he didn't like, he would curse at you, yell at you, whatever the case may be. So he tried to get to me and tried to do the same thing with me. And I just kept on calling them cowards. I said, what you gonna do about it? And he just kept talking shit. And I noticed, I said, this is the nigga that was raised by a mama. Because that's how women do. You know what I'm saying? So women sit back and they're arguing, bicker with you or whatever, act like a punk bitch or whatever. And I was just like, nah, leave these niggas alone. So I just blocked him. He was probably the one that came into my chat room or whatever. I have people to tell people, don't donate to me, which is a real, that's the biggest one right there. If you try to tell people that have decidedly and effectively said, I'm going to go follow this person, I like what this person says, and then you come into the middle of it and you write 72 messages. This is like the fifth time this has happened. You write 72 messages and say to a person, don't donate to them. Mind you, that same person flagged one of my videos that was 6 months old. They tried to flag multiple videos, but I'm pretty sure it was the same person. They flagged my video, got me taken down for a week. And now my flow is slowed down because YouTube does this thing or whatever, but they won't lift the strike or whatever. It said the strike is valid. So I said, okay, cool. That video had never been flagged. That video had 9,000 views on it. That's why they flagged it. And so it slowed down the people coming in to see my live nowadays, which is, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. You know. So no donations, slow down views, and I should stay? For what? For what? For what? To sit here and entertain niggas that won't even live 5 minutes to put in $10 into your fucking your fucking cash app. I need my white people to chime in. I really don't want to hear shit from black people right now because I feel like I put a lot of energy into y'all and trying to do things and advocate for y'all, and I get no respect for it. So, in the chat, if anybody says something, please be white. I don't want to hear anything from any niggas. I don't want to hear any of your fucking questions. I don't want to hear shit from you. I don't want to hear shit from you. And if you don't like what I'm saying, Go run over to Kwame Brown's page and make him richer. Because at this point, you look dumb. Like, seriously. Like, you don't look intelligent at all. Like, I see a lot of you jump on and try to claim how intelligent. You don't look intelligent. Not to a room full of real intelligent people. Some of these people claiming that they're intelligent. They'd be laughed out the fucking room here in Connecticut. They'll literally be laughed out the room. You put them in a room in Yale University or somewhere like that, they'd be laughed out the room. A few of you, you know you'd be laughed out the room because they've laughed you out the room on CNN and many other places. Fox, too. Biggest spaces outside the black dysphoria. They get laughed out of those spaces because they don't know how to. It's one thing about articulation and forced articulation. So there's a lot of forced articulation that goes on YouTube or whatever from black individuals. But other than that, I'm cool. I'm just like, yeah. I'm gonna stop advocating for these niggas. I'm going to stop traveling, going places for these motherfuckers. That's why I didn't go live yesterday. I'm like, why should I go live? Like, I want to run a fucking Trump Tower went live and talk to and try to promote for y'all and try to give y'all a different perspective. And everybody was just like, no, mm-mm. When's the last time your favorite vlogger went somewhere? They donate to people that sit in their room every cast. They don't even go out nowhere. They don't even move around. You just sit. Just imagine you sitting back and you donated to a motherfucker that never goes. He never takes his audience on a trip. Never takes his audience to locations. Nothing. That's the person y'all prefer to. I hope whites and other minorities see this because I want to show them how blacks operate. Like they operate sloppy and dumb and silly and fucking just weird as fuck. Like I don't know, man. I can't get it. A lot of people say, why you bashing on the people? Fuck that. The people bash on me. It's the people. It's not a motherfucker named Carl. It's not a motherfucker named Brad that's flagging my shit. It's a motherfucker named Yusef and Mustafa that's flagging my shit. Fuck y'all niggas. Like, fuck that. You think I'm gonna keep taking up on motherfucker trying to destroy me? That's like somebody coming to your blog every day, hitting you with a hammer, and you're like, oh no, that's my friend though. Oh fuck. It's not my friend, that's my enemy. You understand what I'm saying? And the person that's not doing that, that's my friend. The person that's sitting there and they're encouraging me or whatever, even when I have nice comments written in my thing, most of the time it comes from two people. It either comes from white folks. What I find is either comes from white folks, nice white people, or semi-intelligent black people. That's what I find or whatever. But I'm just making a transition of where I just don't even want to be in this space. You know what I mean? Like really, I don't. The only time African Americans seem to have a togetherness with you is when you're playing victimhood, when you're crying about something, when you want to point out racism directed at you or whatever. Nonetheless, you spend the rest of your day highlighting and raising hell for other people that look just like you. But as soon as something happened to you, you want to turn around and say, oh, this racism, this is terrible. People are tired of it, man. Now when you're sitting out there and you're being a victimizer yourself, and when you want to cry, when you get victimized, you're a victimizer that wants to cry when you get victimized. Not with me no more. Not with me. Not on this page. I just get tired of it, man. Get tired of it. Get tired of it. They have no dignity, and I'm just like, I don't want to be attached to that. Not at all. So I want to encourage more white Americans to come to this page. This is not a black channel. You might think so. This is not a black channel. This is not a black network. We don't do black rights over here. We don't do black supremacy over here. We don't do blacks as the premise over here. Because to get that, you need to support that financially. And if I wanted to make that decision, I wanted to do that, I would have done that early on in this channel. From now on, we don't do that. This is also not a channel that we are biased based on gender. This is not a female feminist supporting channel. This is not a channel for pro-black women to support. Meanwhile, while you making announcements that you are underlining in your heart, say, I'm going to find me a white man. Okay, well, go be it. Most of us don't fucking care because, to be quite honest with you, 70% of you bitches need to be assembled, meaning you need weave, eyelashes, makeup, and everything else, and put it on this fucking whatever. Third thing is, most of you, most of you, I really don't have any use for. And what I mean by that is you come in and you're like creepers. You come in and you see what somebody is putting up. You come in and see what somebody is doing or whatever, and then you move off. I have one woman in particular, I'll give you an example. I share this woman's page numerous times. I've gone to this woman's page and gave her accolades or whatever. You know how that woman paid me back? She came to my page and flagged one of my videos and took this premise and ran with it her own on her afternoon show. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. And the reason she fucked up was once again the email she signed up for a Gmail account, because everybody's got to have a Gmail account to operate on YouTube, whether you know that or not. You cannot put any other email into YouTube to sign up for a YouTube account besides Gmail. Little secret that many of y'all won't know because, like I said, you don't look at the intricates, you just look at the surface. Um, anyway, that's how I was able to ascertain and find it out. It's a Gmail account. And I was like, wow, you did that? And she put her real name. Her real name is literally in her Gmail account. Your real name is in your Gmail account. You have to sign up for your real name. I even know your last name now. I'm not gonna call you out. It's okay. It's all right. I know you did it. I know you did it, bitch. I know you did it. I ain't making a speculation. I know you did it, bitch. And I know why you did it. You know what I mean? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. It's okay. I'm gonna tell you guys as YouTubers and black YouTubers coming up, the do's and don'ts real quick before I get out of here. I got 20 minutes. Number one, if you get approached by any other black YouTuber, automatically don't trust them. That's the first thing for you to do and learn and understand that. These people are competitive. They do not like you. If you have better material on them or you get more views than before than they do, realize they are going to attack you. The second thing is do not look for the black community to financially support you on your YouTube unless you are talking about the following three things. One, drama. If you're talking about drama, they will support you. If you're talking about faux promises of black unity and all that bullshit, and the House of Tep and the Emma Tep and all that bullshit, they'll donate to you. Third one is if you're facilitating anything about violence on your page, you got to be very prone to violence. Who's beefing with who shot at who got arrested, who's going to court. These are very fun premises that'll make you rich on YouTube talking to the black community. Um, Fourth one, if you were talking about anybody's death but making fun of them in their death, this is another thing that the black community will donate to. They are very premise on making fun of people that are dead. Fifth thing is, if you are talking about anybody's physical appearance and it happens to be a man, if you were calling the man dusty, if you're talking about he doesn't have anything or he will never have anything and you're better than him, mind you, you've given birth to a man that looks just like the man you're talking about, that will also get you donations. Um, Seven, probably the most important one here, if you have any gossip that will expose somebody, tear somebody down, but they can't be any other race. They have to be black. That will get you donations. Um, the the eighth thing that will get you donations on here would definitely be talking about, and I hate to say this, why nobody want to date me. Why don't nobody want to date me? Male and female. Now you got this little countermeasure that's going on that I guess it's supposed to be a subliminal shot or reverse psychology or something like that. Now the women are saying these men is lonely. No, bitch, you're just boring. You're boring. You know what I mean? Which I find with a lot of these women, they're fucking boring. Conversations boring. Their fucking energy is boring. The way they dress is boring. That lame ass look they have on their faces is boring. Like, no, bitch, it ain't that being a lonely. You just fucking boring and don't look exciting at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather fuck my hand than fuck some of you, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, you heard me. I said I'd rather fuck my hand than fuck some of these bitches. For real. But that's another conversation. Number 9 and 10 kind of fall into the same category. Only thing you have to do is be a noxious, nasty, troublemaking, drama-driven fucking prick, and black people will donate to you because that's what they like. That's what they like. So that's how to sell to the Negro 2022. Hope I can help you out. Hope I can help you out. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. And it's like, it's not even a hatred. It's just like pointing out the obvious that nobody else will point out. These people are fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry. They try to pretend like they're smart. I'm like, you're smart in what arena? The arena of other dumb niggas? You're smart to a dummy. You're not smart to me. Because I see through the bullshit. So if you don't get what I'm saying, you think I'm just rambling. I'm just like, I'm just tired. Like, so if you got any suggestions or what I should do, or you're a white person, please share me on your page. I like to. I'm trying to get a better demographic of people, and as I get more people in here, I'm able to shave even some of the older ones. I wanted to shave them off, get rid of them. You know what I mean? They're not supporters. They're not financially benefiting the channel. They're just basically like voyeurs and observers. You know, and I don't like voyeurs and observers. You know, like a voyeur is really premised in like sitting back and watching somebody from a distance have sex. Here, they're sitting back from a distance and verbally like masturbating or some shit. I don't know what it is, but I don't want you here. In fact, I wish you would just like unsubscribe. Really, those that don't plan on donating, those that plan on not being supporters, whatever. Could you just please just like unsubscribe? This is not the place for you, you know. But they won't do that. See, the black mind works like this. Nah, he said leave, so I'm gonna get there more. They evil motherfuckers. Most of them, anyway. Most of them. In the music industry, when I was in there, it was later on until I had to find out how evil these motherfuckers were. They were literally, I'm gonna say at the minimum, at least 10 people that didn't want to see me further myself and go further. And they would do anything they could possibly do to stop me. You know what I'm saying? Now they did it underhandedly. They didn't do it straight to my face. Now most of the time they would smile right with you. And that goes to the face of many times. Ask anybody that's ever had a record deal. Ask them who they got fucked over. L.A. Reid, it was funny to me, I always say this. It was funny they had Bobby Shmurda and them boys sitting up here dancing on tables when they were auditioning for Epic Records, and then turned around and L.A. Reid owns them, and L.A. Reid said, nah, we ain't going to get them. Leave them niggas there. I think the culture about you. Let them boys in jail for damn near 10 years. The culture. Kendrick Lamar just wrote that song. People try to overlook it. Fuck calling it culture. This ain't no culture, nigga. It's a bunch of motherfuckers trying to get to the top of the crab bucket. Bunch of motherfuckers trying to get to the top of the crab bucket, and they looking for extra arms to pull you down. Help me out. It's like pull them down. I ain't working with these niggas. So I would hope, and I'm saying this to my white viewers, we are looking past black viewers now. Black viewers do not donate to this channel. Black viewers do not support this channel. Black viewers do not share these likes. I mean, these links or anything else like that. So based off that alone, um, I cannot support you anymore. I don't get support from you, and I would have to be a fool to support them. Hi, Patrice. How you doing? Patrice, I hope when you hear me talking this, I'm not talking to you, but I am talking to the majority of your brothers and sisters. Okay? Patrice actually donated $20 to me the other night. I want to tell her thank you again. But yeah, we got to get out the Negro spectrum on this page. It's no more of that. I got niggas coming to my page and flagging my page, leaving all kinds of nasty comments, a lot of stuff y'all don't even see. Because like I said, it filters, so they go through YouTube Studio. Y'all be surprised. I've been called everything from a spec to a half a nigga. I got called, won't you tell the Cubans to support you? That's what one person said. It's black woman, black queen. You fucking cunt. Sits back and said, won't you tell the Cubans to support you? And all this shit. I'm just like, you know what? That goes to show. And that's another thing I don't like about a lot of black people either. They sit back and talk about how they so like fucking bothered by racism and shit, right? But turn around and be some of the most racist motherfuckers you ever meet in your life. Racist shit. Like I was talking in Spanish and y'all couldn't see it in the chat room because I hid that note, hide the person on the page. It was somebody that was mad because I was talking to one of my fellow Latino brothers in Spanish, and you getting mad at me. And the only reason they try to distinct it because This is the funny thing. People think because you have the same skin color or you have the same like features kind of similar that we're the same. We're not the fucking same. All right? We're not the fucking same. I hate putting that shit up. We're not the fucking same. But yeah, no more of this pro blackity black supporting black people bullshit. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not gonna be doing any more black stories like that either. I try to stay away from making fun of people on here, but yeah, fuck all that shit. Fuck calling it culture. Quote Kendrick Lamar. Fuck that. I might be better at this being a nemesis to you motherfuckers. I never thought of it like that. Man, I need to get on my Roland Martin shit. You know what I'm saying? Get on my Jesse Lee Patterson shit. You know what I'm saying? That might be a market, right? Get on my Roland Martin, Jesse Lee Patterson shit. Y'all don't want me to go there. If I go there, I will fucking try to destroy you motherfuckers. Like for real. Because the hate is real in me right now. I don't hide it. Niggas be on here trying to fake smile with you. The hate on me is real right now. I am not feeling these motherfuckers at all. Like I've gotten so I don't even want to party with you, conversate with you. There's always gonna be some negative shit and kind of. Let me ask you guys this as fellas, right? How many of y'all have been out before, right? And you get into a conversation with somebody black, just random on the block or something like that, right? Like you're not even looking for this kind of conversation, right? And you get into a conversation, the first thing a motherfucker go into, especially if they're older. I found these older dudes are like, let's say 60, 55 plus, right? First thing he will start talking about is criminality and jail, or the police. That's the other one. Criminality, jail, and the police. And if the police are en route, they're trying to tell you, you should be running too. Miles are coming. Ain't you scared? I bet you if you went down there with them white folks, I bet you they do this to you. Never have lived around white people in their whole entire life. In fact, the closest you ever been to white people, your circumference, is at the grocery store or the corner store. I see y'all logging out. I don't give a fuck. Bye. Unsubscribe too. I hope you do. You're not contributing to this page. I don't give a fuck if you log in, log out. I don't give a fuck. Bye. Later. Unsubscribe too. Do what you gonna do. Doesn't even fucking matter. I don't worry about this shit like that. I'm not that serious about this shit like that anymore. I know the proper adjustments I need to make for me. It doesn't necessarily mean that I am not ordained to have any I am not ordained to have any allegiance to people who do not support me monetarily, but yet and still make the decision to go monetarily support people that are already multimillionaires and give to people that worth $4 million. I have no obligation towards you. None. None. You made your decision. You base your decisions on popularity and numbers, not reality. Your drones. That's how the drone thinks. That's how Android thinks. People with rational minds don't think like that. You're controlled. Everything that you talk against, you are. You're a drone. You're an Android. You're a fucking poof in society. Welcome. You have joined the masses. As much as you think you are moving away from the mentality, you are moving closer to it. And YouTube is a facility that's allowed you. Ladies, YouTube got your man. Fellas, Instagram got your bitch. Y'all figure that out later. I say it one more time for you so you can remember. Ladies, YouTube got your man. Fellas, Instagram got your bitch. They'll get that in a minute. I have never seen the degradation of intelligence in the culture as I have seen it with African Americans via the whole integration of social media. I've never seen it. Never seen it this bad. It is so bad. Y'all all competing against each other, but all got the same story. And your lack of supporting each other is. Let me give you a perfect example. There's this white gentleman. He knows who he is. I even say his name. His name is Rick. If many of y'all are familiar with Rick, he runs a channel and he talks about survivalist skills, right? This is the channels I pay attention to. A lot of these men out here, ladies, I understand what you're saying. These motherfuckers couldn't even start a campfire, couldn't even cut logs or anything else or whatever the case may be, but they can match the sneakers and the jeans real good. I got you, ladies. I understand that part. The point I'm getting at is this. This guy, Rick, He gets on his channel and he talks about everything from firing crossbows to starting fires in the wilderness, shit like that. Real survivalist guy, whatever. And I follow him, I check him out, or whatever the case may be. And for the most part, he's not racist or anything like that. One thing I find on Rick's page, I mean, people that know Rick, is he has a whole litany of people that support him financially. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And like the people that come on and support him or whatever, whatever, they never utter out one word about racism or anything against people of color, whatever. And if many of y'all watch Rick and y'all saw that episode just recently, there was somebody that came on there that was a black woman. And she came on there and she started yelling at this man, calling this man racist for absolutely no reason. Like no reason whatsoever. Like nothing about Rick or his channel has anything to do with racism. This man is a survivalist. And so she went and got three or four other black people to come to Rick's page or whatever. And I could tell he was like pissed because this was one of the days he was doing a live or whatever. And they started accusing him of being a racist. And I'm like, yo, so I intervened. I took screenshots of it and everything. If you don't believe me, email me or write a comment. I'll put it up. I don't give a fuck. I started screenshotting this shit, and I said to this bitch, because that's what she was. She was a bitch, a troublemaking bitch. I said, "You troublemaking bitch." I said, "This guy's not a fucking racist. This guy never says anything racist whatsoever." Like Rick will say some little quirks or whatever, whatever. Like he'll do some stupid shit like this and be like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying?" The motherfucker is from fucking Indiana. Of course, he's been around black people before. He's had a black dude that comes on his show with him. you know, but they so bent on riding on racism as their antithesis for everything that like it's just getting weak now. You look weak. You look weak, and the things you support are weak. You know what I mean? We getting done wrong. Yeah, sister. Yeah, brother. I watch this bitch Vicky Dillard come on every day, and just because the way she delivers this shit, this is what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers need a certain octave to resonate with them. They need a certain connotation to arise with them. The connotation is victimhood. The octave is of the tree stump preacher. I will keep pushing that narrative because I notice that everybody talks in that tree stump preacher voice or narrative octave in the narrative, they get the most donated to them. So I don't blame them at all. I don't blame. They just hustling. I don't blame them. I blame the stupid motherfuckers that listen to them. And I'm like, okay, for me to get the same results, I would have to preach the same stupid shit or try to pretend like I'm intelligent when you're really not intelligent. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst motherfucker that pretends like they're intelligent but not actually intelligent. It's like actually scary. So I'm done with the Negro business. I am so done with that. Another thing I'm done with is this. I have come to the contention that, and I'm not saying this is probably absolute, but I got to talk about something that is really, really interesting to me. I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it right now. There seems to be this thing where women of color can come online and they can make these proclamations and declarations to how they're not dating black men anymore or Latin men anymore. They're exclusively dating white men. And the other day, this woman put one up, and this weave she had in her hair was so bad it looked like it had like one. You know how like you got a button on your jacket? It looked like her hair had three buttons on it, and she just clamped them together like this. And she got online. She said, I'm not dating. She didn't even say black man. I'm not dating niggas no more. I'm dating white boys. And I said, well, first of all, the white boys got to want you. Like, let's start there. And what caliber of white men are we talking about? Because, like I told you before, I know when I see an unaccomplished white man, and white women will even tell you unaccomplished white man. In fact, I got that term, unaccomplished white man, from a white man. I ain't never known that term before in my life. An unaccomplished white man, which a lot of the leftover mics. That's what we're gonna start calling them, leftover mics. All right. We want to talk about leftover women. Let's talk about leftover white boys. All right. There's a lot of leftover white boys out here that don't be getting brought up into the conversation that can't afford Gucci, that can't afford Fendi, they can't afford to take you to the nicest restaurant or whatever, whatever. But you will settle with this motherfucker because he's of skin tone. That's why I gotta show you. There's a racist connotation within black culture, period. Period. And if it fits the form way of certain individuals within the culture, that's who they stream to. So this woman, she wrote this decoration. She recorded this decoration online. It's not the first one I've seen. It's probably like fifth or sixth one I've seen. And I said, what if it was if I did the same thing and I came online and I said, you know what? I'm not dating black girls anymore. I find you repulsive. I don't like your attitude. I find you disgusting in appearance, and I think you're fucking basically, or most of you are ugly. What if I did that, right? And I came online and I did that. Do you know what the backlash will be for me? You know how many people be ready to let's get him out of here. He said something about the sisterhood or whatever, but at the same time, this chick was able to come online, and she's not the first, and give her declaration of what she didn't like about the men and all that shit, right? And I'm looking at this woman as she says it, and like I said, I grew up around Jews. I mean, excuse me, Italians and Greeks. And no disrespect to the Jewish community. I know some Jews too. I dated a Jewish woman for a long time from a Fula, Israel, named Adi David. It's not the problem of that. It's the problem that these women are able to give that declaration without giving any type of of explanation of why they're not dating. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're not attractive enough. Have you ever thought about that? Like what I find is a lot of times these women and do this type of brand of complaining, what I always find is three things universal with them. One, they always wear extremely a lot of they require a lot of assembly. Like I said, this woman, she had a weave in her head. It looked like it had three buttons like on a jacket, and she just you know what I mean? That's what this shit looked like. It was obvious it was a wig, if you're not getting what I'm saying. She had a shitload of makeup on, and she really just aesthetically wasn't that pretty. You know what I mean? Like literally, you just are not pretty. It's not the saying that you're ugly, but you're just like the average guy would look at her and be like, "Oh, yeah, she alright." You know what I mean? Or the average guy would look at her like 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, all right, man, come on, man, get in the car, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And stop talking so much for somebody to see us. You know? The average dude would do that. "Yeah, come on, bitch, get in the car." You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna style around with the broad and be like, "Hey, this is my new bitch." You know, like most guys are not gonna do that. So what we have is we have a era of disdain here. You know. Then the second type I see, and I'm gonna break them all down. The second type I see is this type of woman. It's the woman that thinks she is so condescending, thinks she is so educated, thinks she is so better than, or strives to be better, or has a tendency to be overly ambitious. Let's say that, right? Usually these girls, they graduate from colleges. A lot of you guys don't pay attention to it. And I told you I started asking that. I live in a state that's one of the most educated states in the United States. You can look that up. Connecticut, the nutmeg state here. We're the most intelligent, most educated state in the union. Look that up. We are home to Yale University. We are home to UConn. Okay. Um, Housatonic and a couple other colleges. We're the most educated union and state in the excuse me, educated state in the union. So I know intelligence when I see it, and when I hear it, and it's authentic and natural. Y'all don't even ask these girls where the fuck they graduated from. Some of these bitches that talking about they got degrees, graduated from Devire Online, such and such university online. They didn't even physically, like I did, attend a college campus. And they'll run around and tell you, yo, I'm so intelligent, I'm this, that, and other, and the third, whatever, whatever. And that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'm great. I'm happy for you. But what it comes down to is it starts pillaging the men and started to try to destroy the men. And the same thing happens in white culture, and it's happening in Latin culture too. Women, women, as a first resolve, generally go to college. Okay. Men generally either work with their hands or in a profession that they only have to get a certificate for. Meaning, this is why you see men that are CDL drivers. This is why you see men that are forklift operators. This is why you see men that are certified to go underground and replace pipes. This is why you see men that are out here and they go and they're certified to do lawn care. Men that are out here and they're certified to get certificates to drive, fly planes, etc., etc., etc. It's not because you're more intelligent than them. It's because you may not be physically apted to do jobs such as these men. So you pick categories within your professions that are at ease: secretaries, financial advisors, facilitating plans, shit like that, jobs like that. Nursing, that's another one. Nursing, blah 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 blah. So you use that as a temperament to try to destroy these men all along. You really don't add up to par, and you're getting hired by men. These women are literally hired by men. They're talking about men. It's all about how they work. They're better than men. But it was a man that hired you. Probably the person that handed your degree was a man. Probably when you went to administration to enroll in college, it was a man that enrolled you into the college. So these women, most part, they hate all men of color, but love any man of any other race that equally or maybe under you may not have the same education as the woman or you as yourself. This is out of preference because they think aesthetically it looks better. See, a lot of these bitches you got to understand don't want any more. They'll talk about black men dating white women or whatever the case may be, or Latin men dating white women, but all along they want to mix baby their damn self. That's why you're showing a preponderance of trying to date white men. If you don't believe me, this goes all the way back to the plantation, where you would see these bitches actually treat master's child that came out of rape most of the time. Master's child that came out of rape most of the time. They would treat that kid better than they would treat their own black born child. Oh, they ain't my people, Geo Chase. They ain't my people. No, no, no. I stopped that our people shit a long time ago. I love you to death, though, sweetie, but I don't do that our people shit. No, 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 no. Are, we, they, them, these are all terms of divisiveness. You understand what I'm saying? I don't divide myself and join our people. I honestly and truthfully, OGO trees don't give a fuck about the people anymore. The people have, let me tell you what the people have done for me. The people have come to my page and flagged my page. The people have come to my page and will not donate, but that so take my material and regurgitate it as their own. The people have come to my page and harassed me for over the past year. The people will come to my page and leave 72 comments and tell motherfuckers don't donate to me. The people will come to my page and motherfucking harass me while I'm trying to do a live about something serious. The people will come to my page and throw negative connotations about my race or my racial makeup. The people will come to my page and not even pay acknowledgement while I'm in some of the most visceral locations that even the fucking central news, the national news broadcasting agencies go to. The people will sit back and tell you to donate to them, but they sit back in their lazy ass and won't fucking go anywhere and move anywhere around, but yet collect $1,000 and $2,000 in a night on a live cast. The people won't share my posts. The people will sit there and rather donate to a multi-millionaire man that sits back in the comfortability of his home or his car and goes live and talks about anything, especially drama-driven subjects, daily on a daily basis, meaning whoever he's beefing with or whoever he's not beefing with for that week, and donate to that person. The people will sit up on your channel, and anytime you try to talk about something good or something positive, they will try to turn it into a negative connotation. So you have to excuse me when I say fuck the people. These people that you speak of, Patrice, these are not the same people that you once knew. And I know you're a little bit older. You're a little bit older than me. You're not too much older than me, but you're a little bit older than me. So you understand what I mean by that. These people are not the same people. These are not the same brand of black people that you once knew. And the quicker y'all get out of that, and I think you're going to start to realize it even more in about 5 years, how much different they are than that last generation that y'all so much want to embellish and want to embrace. These are not the same people. These are not the same people. These people will shoot you. These people will kill you. These people will maim you. They will throw you under a fucking truck to get what they want. And 20 years ago, these people wouldn't have done that. At least not in the amount that it would do it now. And if you don't believe me, just look at how many YouTubers you have on a daily basis making fun of, trying to destroy, trying to embellish, or whatever, another YouTuber. that look just like them, or another personality that's a superstar that look just like them. Look how many people, Patrice, that you see come in here or subscribe to me, right? And they the culture and don't donate a goddamn dime to me. And I put in the effort. I go beyond putting in the effort. I don't just sit in front of a fucking, what's the name? I move around. Nah, it won't do that. Patrice, what you really gotta realize is most of them are fucking dumb. Okay? It's okay to say it. They're dumb. Most of society in general is dumb. Okay. But when we're dealing with that particular demographic and we're just talking about this particular demographic, majority and what's in between, I would say even the college educated ones at a 70% margin are dumb as fuck. They only get things when it's too late. They're not good at projections. They're not good at theory based in the faction of how it will affect their culture. They're not very good at anything projectional as far as planning. You can see that by the decades and decades and decades of the past. You don't believe me? How come they never rebuilt Black Wall Street instead of talking about and demolishing its destruction over and over yearly? Not many people going to catch that. So I don't give a shit. But anyway, this is the type of woman that you have in the culture. And this type of woman can never aid you. And you got to realize that, fellas. A lot of y'all sit back and have this fantasy here talking about, oh, I want a black queen. I have a friend. He's a Muslim. All right. Very good friend of mine. Uh, he is upset with me and doesn't like me as much as he did because some of the comments I just said like that. But I just talked to him not too recently, and he at least showed his love. Let's put it that way. But he knows how I am. And I don't do that sugarcoating shit. I don't sit back and pretend with you like I like you and I don't like you. That's just me. And so he's married to a black woman, has black kids, beautiful kids. He has very beautiful kids. And for the most part, I think that woman truly loves him. So I want to give a shout out to him for that because I could tell when I look in a woman's face if she really loves her husband or man. She looks at him like this. You know what I mean? That woman loves him. This girl's got dreads in her hair and everything like that, whatever. But he's married a good woman. Well, what he confuses is he thinks his good relationship that every last one of these women out here is like his woman. And I'm like, no, every last one of these women ain't like your woman. These women out here nowadays will take you down, bud. All right. They'll try to take you down. Like I got a woman or three women on my page, including two of them that I'm pretty much am familiar with, trying to take me down, but secretly, underhanded shit. I get you little psychological games. I get it. Usually people that play those psychological games like that are deeply mentally ill, you know, deeply mentally ill. And so if you guys are just now joining in, I have a woman that comes to my page, and on one account she'll throw up little positive things and like the post or whatever the case may be, and then in a separate account, what she'll do is she'll log onto that account, come in here, and do the quite opposite. She'll flag my post, she'll put thumbs down, and I know it stands out so much because you can't. YouTube eliminated the dislike button as far as you being able to see it, but the dislike button is still there. So if somebody dislikes your shit, the only person that can see it is me. I'm gonna demonstrate that to y'all later when I do a little upload and show y'all what I mean. But if many of y'all are already familiar, nobody can see the dislike on your page but you now. It's been like that for some time, for about 2 years now since YouTube implemented that, right? So I can see it. And I can also, if I go to YouTube support, I can see who did it. And it takes a little investigation. It takes about a day or so, but they usually get back to you within a day or so. And they'll give you an email or who did it. They won't give you their name, but they'll give you an email. And you can also match the email to whoever comes up in that. And usually if you just Google the email, a name and an address will come up. And I was surprised who was doing it because you have to use Gmail to sign up for YouTube if you don't know. It's a Google Ecosphere, your Google Drive, Cloud Drive, YouTube, everything else is all connected. That's why you can switch in between all of them and navigate them from your YouTube to Gmail, everything, Google Maps, all of it's one Ecosphere within the Google Google, world. So I looked at this shit and I said, "Damn, really?" And these are people of color. These are the same people that will come to my page won't donate a dime. I said last week, I said we got a goal of $500 to $1,000 each week. I have 10.5K subscribers. I got one person donate to me, OGO Tortrice. I said, yeah, these niggas scared of me. I was better at having a friend than I am an enemy. I make a worse enemy. Trust me on that one. I make a worse enemy. If you ever want an enemy, you don't want an enemy like me. Mm-mm. I'm a terrible enemy to have. I'm better at being aided versus being an enemy. Because when I turn into your enemy, oh, it's different. It's totally different. It's totally different. So I started saying these are people that are trying to see you destroyed, so and they don't like something you have to say because there's a hint of truth in it. So then I started looking at the women even more, and I started seeing this one thing about the women. Most of them will sit if it's an opportunity that's abound for them. Most of them will sit on these male broadcasters, YouTuber broadcasters pages, and act like they're going along with the story. But all in a while, they don't like anything this man has to say. What they like is his viewers. They want to see how can I reach out further with the viewers. So they find it their due diligence to go to these male YouTubers who they subsequently don't like most of the time or don't want to date. They will go to their pages and use these men for the clout, and then they'll move on. And then they'll try to go to their page later on and illustrate why they're trying to, why they were there or what they accomplished or, their view of things or whatever. Usually includes bashing that same podcast. I've seen this like 7 or 8 times. This is why I don't have guests, especially female guests on my page. Black females in particular, are some of the biggest terrorists on YouTube. So are white feminists. Those are the two groups of the biggest terrorists or femterrorisms. And we got to make up a name for those femterrorist. Come on, maybe think of an acronym. No, that's not an acronym. Let's think of like some kind of short name for them. Femterrorist. We're going to get it there. I want to get some coins so everybody can use it. But there's a lot of film terrorists that are on YouTube. And basically, these film terrorists, what they do is they go to people's pages, they flag them, they say a little snivering comments, hoping that you'll argue back with them. And once you argue back with them, then they flag the comment that you argue back with them. These fem terrorists, they'll sometimes throw up little posts and they hope that you purposely, so they hope that they irritate you. So you'll write comments on them, then they flag comments or try to clip the comments and be like, see what happened now that's basically baiting you. Then you have another type that's on here that will pretend, literally pretend they are whatever movement or whatever, you guys are circulating at the time. They'll act like they're part of it, but all of a sudden, all the time, they don't like you. Those are the scariest ones. I seen one of those over there with my homeboy, Mr. Let Go. I be trying to tell him, don't trust that bitch. That bitch with the glasses from Jersey, don't trust that bitch. Don't trust that bitch at all. I saw her on somebody else's program, Brown Nosing too. You know what I mean? I don't trust that bitch. I especially don't trust bitches that sit around and they talk about, oh, I'm for the people, that sister girl, da 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 da. Like that clown ass Vicky Dillard bitch. You know what I mean? Niggas gave thousands and thousands of dollars to support that bitch's weave week after week, haven't they? Ashante. Peace to the people. Power to the people. Maybe I need to start saying some of that shit. Y'all donate to me if I say some shit like that. Enchante. Power to the people. Like him, eh? I get to that mysticism shit, huh? That's another thing I think is dead about this whole black sphere, the mysticism. It's the same thing in Latin culture too, mysticism. You motherfuckers prioritize mysticism over reality. It's just fucking crazy to me. Black and Latin people do that. They prioritize mysticism over reality. It's like it's fucking crazy. So I'm just like, yo, dude, yeah, we gotta wind this down or reset the button. I can't be fucking with these niggas no more. Like fuck all that shit. I wasted my whole summer fucking with niggas, depending on niggas to donate and shit like that, so I can move on and further myself, and therefore give you a better show. And niggas want to sit around and be like, somebody asked me the other day, they was like, how come I miss how you used to do your videos, you used to have being a set in the camera. Well, bitch, you ain't pay a dime, donate a dime when I was doing that. So why the fuck so you have quality fucking entertainment and you're not giving quality fucking dimes? Like, how does that make sense? Motherfuckers want quality entertainment for free. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Normal boy, I shoot at your ass for some shit like that. You want quality entertainment for nothing. I want the best and I want it free. These motherfuckers are idiots. For real, man. Fucking say what it is. Like, you have to be an idiot if you were sitting here demanding that somebody give you the best of entertainment and you don't donate a dime within a year. I had this one broad that used to come on here all the time, and I remember her. She used to call herself something BSN. I blocked this bitch months ago. She made a fake account and came back. I blocked that bitch again. She used to come here and talk all this eloquent shit, right? And then and most of y'all remember for this, if y'all my old viewers, she used to always talk about, you just need to set up a Zelle account. Da, 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 da. So finally, the last discussion I got into it with before I blocked this goofy bitch was, she said, I was going to donate $1,000 to you, bitch. It took you a year to donate $1,000. Like, seriously? And it was all dependent on whether or not I got a Zelle, when I got a GoFundMe and a fucking, what's her name, a PayPal that you could go donate to. Bitch, you full of shit. And she did that because she was over my anticipation would show some type of thirst or something. It was a game she was playing with me. So I blocked the bitch and I flagged her page, you fucking whore. But anyway, that bitch got it because she was fucking like stalking me for like a year, this capping, this like capping. And I'm just like, lady, this is how I make my living here. This is how I make my money. And for some reason or another, there's these branches of black women that feel like you must do what they say you must do. Like, in other words, I don't want you on YouTube. So that means I'm supposed to get off YouTube. Or I don't want him to be doing that no more and telling the truth on his page. So that means I'm supposed to switch the narrative of what I'm talking about on my page because you said so. Like, what kind of control freak, narcissist, fucking delusional shit? Listen, bitch, you don't run shit, or any of the bitches like you don't run shit here on YouTube, okay? You can manipulate the system as much as you can. The same bitches will be talking about they ostracized and oppressed by white men, but the first thing they do is hit the report button and go complain to the white man when a black man says something to them they don't like. I can't make this shit up. It's a whole bunch of hypocrisy and everything else or whatever that goes into that whole blackosphere bullshit. And fellas, watch these bitches y'all invite on y'all podcast. These bitches on there setting y'all up. They sitting on there. They got different titles on that shit. While you streaming, they streaming off their phone. What they streaming on their phone got a whole different title. Or later on, they'll change the title or try to implement some type of drama that happened there that you didn't see, or try to make a story or whatever, whatever. I'm trying to tell you guys, the biggest problem y'all have in your culture is men is that you give your allegiance to women that could care less about y'all. Like, these women literally are telling you to their face, yo, listen, I don't want to date you anymore. I feel like financially I've superseded you. I feel like educational wise I've superseded you, whatever, whatever. Leave them bitches by themselves. You're gonna see what happens if you leave them by themselves, and the rate of people not dating them. It, like, they put on this front. The reason they celebrate so big when one of them dates a white dude is because of pure simple fact, not that many people are dating them, period. That's why you have to celebrate like that, or you have to go out of your way like that girl did up at Trump Tower the other night. You have to go out of your way to show me that you have somebody, because in the normal world, most men don't want you. Ain't nobody like I ain't gonna say that. 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 Then they really get mad if I say that. I ain't gonna say that. But most men, I'm just saying, let's just say you're not the first dating choice anymore. Okay, I don't give a fuck about all the advocacy that surrounds you or whatever. Protect black women. All of it is mostly in victimhood. If you never noticed that, everything that you hear about black women nowadays is mostly centered around victimhood. You know, like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Anytime you hear this shit, protect black women. Well, who the fuck is hurting you? Most men are scared to put their hands on black women because they know what the motherfucking repercussions be. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to drop a bitch in public. You see what I'm saying? For talking that shit and disrespecting me. I can't do that. Because if I do that, and many other men other than me and different rationalities will tell you the same thing, because I've had the conversation, the fellas stop front. You've got these passive aggressive bitches that will jump in your face, start talking shit to you based on their gender, and don't think you'll knock them in the fucking mouth. Now, I'm not here advocating violence, but I'm just saying every now and then, yeah, maybe need one across the lip to bring you up to reality. I weigh 220 pounds and I'm 6'3". You cannot beat me. I will choke the living life out of you, and you 5'4", talking shit like a little fuck. You look like a chihuahua to me. And there are men out here that are bigger than me, that are upwards of 350 pounds and 6'7". And you'll just hear these because they think they're protected. I see these women on here, man, and like nobody's really dating them. And so they have to sit back and they have to pivot themselves. You need a perfect example of that? I'll give you this one. When what's this bitch's name? Serena Williams started dating that white boy that was part of Reddit that's worth less than Serena Williams. I want to underline that. She had suitors at the line of Drake, Common, and a couple other people, right? I mean, this most notoriety Drake. Her thing wasn't having, if you notice something, get this. These girls hate themselves inside. Like nobody brings this up, but this is where the premises of these conversations are coming from. These women hate themselves inside, and I'm gonna prove it. Serena Williams and Venus are both Jehovah Witnesses. If y'all didn't know, you know now. Okay, so they have like this thing in the Jehovah freaking religion where you can't have sex before marriage, all this stuff. It's kind of like the Mormons. So Serena and Venus both reportedly, I'm assuming, were virgins, especially Serena before she got married. But this is the thing: Serena not only went and married a white man that was worth less than her, but nobody ever brings it up. Nobody, I have never heard anybody sit there and bash Serena. Oh, she married to a white man. Oh, must let's talk about this. Oh, this bitch didn't go and date anybody from the culture. She destroying the culture. Nobody ever said anything about it. This other chick that we admire so much, Maya Angelou, that hypocrite bitch, she married two white men. But sit around talking about, I know why the cage bird sings. I am a phenomenal woman. I'm not shitting on her grave. I'm just saying the bitch was phony. Nina Simone. Nina Simone married a white man. I can keep going. Lynn Whitfield married, I think, one or two white men, and both of them divorced her ass. Like, see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying here? Nobody's ever attacked these so-called sisters, and they're not your sisters. Trust me, these bitches can be bought. Don't you ever make that mistake and think these women are your sister, because put under pressure, these bitches will fold and turn on you. Trust me on that. You don't believe me? Ask a nigga last winter that got kicked out of his house when he did the wrong thing in the house with his girl, and she was on the lease and he wasn't. Ask him. These bitches will turn on you in a minute, bruh. These women will sit there and they want to celebrate an interracial relationship when it has to do with them. Because there's so few men that want to date them. And it has nothing to do most of the time with your looks. It has more to do with your fucking nasty ass, belligerent ass fucking ways and attitude. Well, these are some vindictive bitches. Yeah, white women are vindictive too. I've dated white women. And white women are vindictive too. They take it to court or whatever, get you for your money. This is where a lot of the template of a lot of these girls out here are now. But the thing is, like, this is the best way to match it. Yeah, I remember hanging out with that one white person, and they wanted their definition of acting black or acting Latino was taking all the worst out of the culture and applying it to their own. Well, this is what black women have done with white women. They have taken all the worst attributes of greedy, obnoxious, slanderous white women, and they adapted it to their own. You understand what I'm saying? They haven't taken the good tenets of many women there, which are empathy, sympathy, giving, nature, whatever. No, they taken the tenets of bitches like, I don't know, Cruella DeVille. A lot of Cruella DeVille's running out around here. And these women have now taken that attitude. And what they do is they're running with it, unchecked. Unchecked. And if you leave a wild dog unchecked, that motherfucker will pollute the rest of the dogs and give them rabies too. And these bitches out here spreading rabies. These women, this branch of women that's doing it, not all of them, but this branch of women that's doing that, they're going to infect so many of the other women with rabies that pretty soon the whole batch of them is going to have rabies. And they're going to be foaming at the mouth, running around ready to bite you, give you rabies too. Y'all keep fucking with them rabbit bitches and see what you get. And I'm talking to you YouTubers too. Y'all niggas trying to play big Kang. You the Kang. I'm a black Kang. If you're trying to invite these bitches on your show, whatever. Even if these bitches righteous, they can't allow or ignore the sisterhood. Let me say it for you again. Even if these chicks righteous and they come on your show, they cannot avoid or ignore the sisterhood, man. That's why I can't stand a weak motherfucker that won't sit here and have this type of talk. You know, if you're a weak man, you don't belong here. If you're a weak man, don't come to my page because you're not gonna understand this shit, man. I'll say it for you one more time in case you don't understand. Don't you find it odd that a white black woman can get on and acknowledge to the world how she has a white husband, but if you are a man of color and you marry a white woman, the only thing you get from is bashing, criticism, etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying for me, I'm just saying in general. That's how I see it. And you'll find that over and over and over and over again. But these women will literally make videos. I saw a woman make a video the other day. I'm no longer dating black men. I'm dating white men. Well, first of all, white man gotta want you. Let's start there. And by the looks of you, sweetheart, you're gonna get the lowest of lower batch of white men because you're not that cute. You know, a lot of women would sit around and try to replace. I love how this body positivity thing has put this emphasis on changing the narrative of. At first, we were looking aesthetically at looks. Now we're looking at personalities well, not even personalities. We're looking at what's the word I'm looking for here? She has self confidence. Self confidence don't change looks. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. I ain't looking at your self confidence at 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't looking at your self confidence at 7 o'clock in the morning when I wake up and be like, here, take this thing, bro. Oh shit, your self confidence faded off for a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me focus back on your self confidence. And not this fucking belly and C-section scar I'm staring at. The fuck out of here. You're letting these women manipulate you. And what they're using is they're using reverse psychology to do so. Anytime you got to make up a term called body positivity, and it doesn't really, okay, body positivity goes with this. Everybody in our life has met some big woman that was pretty. Okay. I don't give a fuck what you say. I done took down a big girl that I thought was pretty. Okay. I had this one chick. God, how long ago was that? That had to be like 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. Her name was Neil Salty. All right. She was Puerto Rican. This girl was big. She was not only big, but she was tall. She wasn't too tall, but she was about like 5'9" ish, 5'8" or whatever, whatever. But beautiful, long black hair, beautiful contoured face or whatever. I got a picture of her somewhere here and I'll put it up for you guys. But beautiful girl, right? And like if you seen her in a picture, you wouldn't even think that she had like wide hips like that. She had a big, juicy. I ain't lying. She had a big, juicy ass. That's what one of the things made me pay attention. I was like, God damn. So I stepped to her and spoke to her. Me and her dealt with each other for a couple of months or whatever, whatever. But the sex was amazing. I ain't even gonna lie. For a big woman, the sex was amazing. And when you looked at her, you looked at this pretty motherfucker at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, whatever. And even though her body was round, she had a little belly or whatever, whatever. But she had like a cute pot belly. She ain't had like no like that big, like that shit that hang over like a spare tire. She didn't have that shit. She just had a round, perfectly cropped pot belly. And it was just, it made the vajay look pretty as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie. So, I mean, and fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. We know I had a big girl like this before. My point is, that was body positivity. You understand what I'm saying? She was a big girl, but she dressed appropriate to her shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's what made her sexy. I don't know what happened to Nia Salty. I ain't seen her in years. I think last time I might have talked to her was one time on Facebook years ago. But, you know, it didn't work out or whatever the case may be. But the time I had with her, it was fun. Point of me saying all that is this. There's nothing wrong with a big woman. I done had some good Jay that was big before. And then not the fact that she was just Puerto Rican that made it stick out. No, it's not that. She wasn't the first big woman I'd ever been with before in my life sexually. But this body positivity shit is changing to something else. It's changing to a mechanism where women almost want to literally use reverse psychology and use manipulation tactics to make you believe that it's something other than what it is. Bitch, I can see you. And you're not Neo Salty. You're not the pretty BBW. You're a sloppy BBW. You understand what I'm saying? Like what I mean by that is you're a bitch that sits around and gorges on food all fucking day or whatever, whatever. Doesn't put it because a lot of these big girls that are in the body positivity movements, they're just naturally big structured women. But you'll see them at the gym. They do videos at the gym. You'll see them working out. I seen one girl that I follow on Instagram right now. This chick makes a regular thing of going to the gym. You understand what I'm saying? Now, she's not the most beautiful chick in the world, but she keeps in reality. Look, I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to do this or whatever, whatever. Y'all trying to sell us a stalemate with ugly women, body positivity women, and another women. Listen, there's nothing wrong with saying, look, bitch, you ugly. There's nothing wrong with saying, yo, bitch, you fat. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, bitch, you don't look that good. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, look, bitch, I know with the makeup you were 7 or an 8, but without the makeup, you are 3 or 4 or 304. Shout out to Fresh Fit. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that, you know? And that's why I say that's where it goes back into reality. You are telling ugly women that they're pretty, and then when they get into a competition with pretty women, they get to find out the reality that you're not that pretty. You're telling big women, oh yeah, you look great the way you're shaped and everything like that, or whatever. But when they get in a room with with chicks that wear a size, I don't know, 6 or 7 in dress, and you wear a 13, there's an obvious difference. And everybody wants to sit back and pretend it's, oh, that, but you mean, or you going in because somebody donate. I don't give a fuck. The fact that people don't donate to me, that means that my motherfucking what's the name doesn't get steered. I can say whatever the fuck I want to. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all fat bitches and ugly bitches. Fuck, ain't nobody funding my channel. You know what I'm saying? When I get funded, it'll be through white folks. I know it will. Ask Puff. Puff got a deal. Ain't nobody black sign Puff. Y'all never ask people that, huh? Y'all never come to that contention. When Puff got signed to his deal, I was there at BMG. They had just left Third Avenue at that little small office over there that later Sean Prez had as his own office. When they left that office and they came to Manhattan at BMG, it was because Clive Davis, a white man, gave him that deal. Wasn't no niggas that gave him that deal. Motown didn't come save him. Wasn't no motherfucking L.A. Reid. Wasn't none. It was a white man. Same thing for Baby. Same thing for Master P. Same thing for who else is big CEO type. Jay-Z. All these motherfuckers were signed by white men, not black men. Don't ever get that fucking mistaken. You want to give homage to these people's career, ask them your personal self. It was white men that gave them their chances. So don't sit up here and tell me any fucking thing about that when you signed on the dotted line with a white man. You wouldn't be where you were at if it wasn't for a white man. Whether that white man be Ted Monsteritz, whether that white man be Clive Davis, whether that white man, I can keep going on. And put your name out there. Why? Fuck out of here, nigga. Niggas out here talking about they pro-black and you got your deal from a white man. Wasn't no niggas signing you. Ain't no niggas come and say, let me help. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So that's why I know it's going to go the way it's going. See, I may not like the way I say it. And I'm saying to my viewers, you might not like the way I say it. It is the way it is. If you guys like to donate, it's $STRINGERBELL80. I know you won't. I'm too honest. I'm too real. But for my white viewers, please donate because my black viewers are either too poor or just won't take the initiative because I'm not on here drama driven or whatever. And I want to tell white subscribers, if you see these black YouTubers and they're drama driven or they're just talking about people, do not donate to them. I'm going to do the same shit y'all do to me. If you see these black YouTubers out here and they're sitting up here and they're talking about a preponderance of racist shit, do not donate to them. Matter of fact, flag their asses. Do what y'all do to me. If you see somebody in a black YouTuber's space that is in the comment section, I'm going to do what y'all do to me. Flag those motherfuckers too. Help me get niggas off of YouTube because that's what the problem is. YouTube has become the Section 8 section. And I ain't having it. You want to sit around and harass me, flag my shit, tell people don't donate to me, fuck up my chances of financially getting abetted and everything like that. Fuck that. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the same thing. And I guarantee you this: I play the game better than you do. I play the game better than you do. I play the game better than you do. I'm an owl, nigga. I play the game way better than you do. Trust me. I'll do shit to you and run circles around you you wouldn't even think of. But continue. You cannot any longer, people, go with this whole narrative of, oh, they the same race as me. Oh, they the same color as me. Oh, woe is me. Blah, blah, blah. You cannot keep that narrative anymore. These niggas will destroy you. Trust me, they will destroy you. Anyway, guys, that's my time. If you'd like to donate, it's $ STRINGERBELL80. I may or may not go live here later on. I have some people on here that I actually feel that they deserve my time. The rest of y'all, fuck you. Go jump in the river. I don't give a fuck about your blackity black bullshit. It's a bunch of lies. You same black people that sit around and talk about you oppressed or whatever, whatever, won't sit and financially donate to anybody that doesn't talk in victimhood. And I don't talk in victimhood. I talk in solutions. So if you can't do that, you can't join the game or whatever, whatever, then that's your fault. And I don't know what to tell you. Other than that, PayPal links in the description box, also the Cash App or whatever, whatever. We always have a weekly goal here or whatever. I know you won't, but please, white folks, if you see me, please feel free to donate $1,000, $1,200, and let the world show, because that's all I really need, to let the world show how weak and constricted minded these motherfuckers actually are. And a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, you hate black people?" No, no, I don't hate black people. I hate shitty black people that sit around and they don't do anything but use trauma, victimhood, and things like that as an advantage to take advantage of people that are already been oppressed, people that are already in the destitute of situations or whatever, and they sit around and they mock people that do the total opposite. I have no provision for people that sit around and they talk about black excellence and all this shit. But in reality, motherfucker, you got your deal from a white man. A white man was your savior, Puff. A white man was your savior, Jay-Z. A white man was your savior, any a lot of you, baby, Master P. All you guys were signed by white men. And this is how you got your distribution deals for your labels. It was a white conglomerate that signed you. So stop feeding me that bullshit about independency. I'm an entrepreneur. Most of you got little businesses and they ain't making a fucking dime off of them. So white folks, pay attention to me. I'm the new voice. Call me whatever you want to. New Wayne Brady, whatever. We getting out the Negro business because there's no money in it. Trust me on this. There is no money in the Negro business. Get out of it if you're in it. If you're a young black YouTuber, male or female, get out of it. There's no money in it. It's nigger pennies, rags and tatters. If you really want some money, just like you heard Master P tell you, Puff tell you, and everybody else, you need to move on into a broader audience. You understand what I'm saying? And being on the nigga chitlin circuit will serve you no praise. Now, if you want an example of that, go ask Boyce Watkins. Go ask Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins was on the nigga train for a while, and what he saw was that same niggas end up trying to take him down. And they'll do the same thing with Vicky Della, given the time enough. She's had her run. Oh, Shantae. Peace, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Let me flip my weave. You know, the girl with the naturally curly hair, naturally curly weave. What you say? The fuck you talking to? Y'all are like lost, dude. And yeah, I don't want to be associated. I'm good. I'm good. So continue not to donate to my channel. Continue to come over and harass to that one, the homegirl, whoever you are, you know who you are, whoever you are. Continue doing what you're doing, acting like you nice on one end and flagging my shit on the other end. Gotcha. And I want to tell everybody else or whatever, whatever. Personally, no, this is not a pro-black channel. Okay, get that out your mind. Just because I look like you doesn't mean I exist with all the tenets you exist. This is not a racist channel. This is not a channel here to promote black supremacy, if you want to say it. This is not a channel to this is a channel is ran by Italians, Greeks, sir. And a small litany of Jewish backers. You understand what I'm saying? I am not here to salivate or sit here and try to condense myself to fit in with niggas. I'm sorry. Niggas don't support me financially or either otherwise. I have 10.5K subscribers, which I'm pretty sure the majority of them are black and Latin or whatever, and I have more followers than the average person, and none of them will like it's this funny thing that goes on where it's like, no, we don't donate to him. But you have some bitch that gets on her line and starts yelling and screaming, or some nigga that gets on his line and starts yelling and screaming or whatever. And yeah, he telling the truth. He telling the truth. Lord, Lord, Lord. Now I'm in the act. I don't give a fuck. Who cares, man? This shit is a joke at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. Some of you are the most terrible motherfuckers ever I've met in my life. like right here, like especially the black ones, some of the most worst people I've ever met in my life have been right here on YouTube. Like it is amazing, man. Like you guys do not know the amount of stuff daily. Like even just waking up, like my phone has alerts on it, right? So when stuff comes through YouTube Studio, it comes through a totally different email of mine. And so I'm able to look through there. I just go to YouTube Studio. If I just see one alert from, I just go to YouTube. So I was like, what did they say now? So I go to YouTube Studio and you'll see like 30 comments that were rejected, right? But out of those 30 comments, you won't see 30 cash apps. You'll just see 30 comments. I don't like what you said, nigga. I don't like what you said. I'm like they children, right? It's a very hard profession to keep up or whatever. And like I'm just pissed the other night I spent literally $60. I asked motherfucker wouldn't even throw $5 in for me to get a cup of coffee. I said right there to there, I said, no, no, no. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not filming anywhere. I'm not catching the train to anywhere else or whatever, whatever. My next stop was going to be somewhere else. And I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not walking all the way down to the 30s, then go all the way over here. This is costing money. And so people didn't realize, they didn't realize, hey, I'm spending money catching the subway. I had to go get something to eat after that. That was like another $13. And then, you know what I'm saying? I just finally cut it. I said, yo, let me go over here to my people, see what they doing. Went over there, had to get old time with them. Came home early in the morning. I said, fuck the people. Fuck, I'm gonna go live for these motherfuckers for. They don't need to support each other. Only thing they want to do is one up each other. You don't wanna get into that fray. Trust me, dude. Like if you get into a fray of people that just want to one up each other or whatever, you're never gonna win. You're never gonna see any rewards over it. You're never gonna see much out of it. So that's why I tell people on YouTube, if you're a YouTuber, you're just starting YouTube, like main thing to do is just do not try to fit in with people. That's the best thing I can tell you. Don't try to fit in with anyone. Don't try to circumnavigate more so into a spaces where you feel like you fit in. One of the main things I'll tell you: don't get on here start preaching about separatism and superiority and things like that or whatever, whatever. I mean, it'll fan out to certain individuals or whatever, but usually individuals you don't want to associate yourself with. Like, stay away from these hotep communities. Stay away from people that are outwardly separatist. Stay away from people that are racist. Stay away from people that are gender specific, especially the women. Um, you can get in a dangerous space following a lot of these chicks or allowing them on your shows once you get big. So stay away from a lot of these narcissistic women. Most of these women, they will not donate to you, but they will steal from you. They will steal your material. They will steal your lives. They will steal, especially the black ones. I don't care what nobody say. They will. They will steal and use you for your notoriety. And once they've stolen from you and used your notoriety, they will move on and leave the carcass. So be very thankful that these women are, most of them come from poverty. Most of them have no allegiance to you whatsoever. You can believe whatever you want to. This is why they're propping up videos left and right, talking about they dating white men or whatever, who nobody gives a fuck because I grew up around white men. Most white men don't even date interracially, period. You know what I mean? I think it's like 11% margin. You can check the CDC for that. Most of them don't even date interracially, period. And the most interracial marriages that they do have are between Asian women, not black women or Latin women. It's Asian women that's their preference. Sorry, Shaniqua. King Sung, she got you. But King Sung is the one you get your hair from, the weave. Yeah, most weave come from Asian or Indian women. I don't know if y'all know. Check out that movie with Chris Rock. Good hair. Good hair. Yeah. No more doing posts about the people or supporting the people and all that. The people ain't shit. People sit around talk a good one. People only funnel their money towards shit that sound good. Online debates with the Hotep community. What we got to do is like what brother Islam Shaniqua just said. Da, 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 da. I had a motherfucker. If y'all saw it the other night when I was live, and I was live on the Trip Time. When the guy came on the thing, said, "Your name is Davin? You mean your name is English and I can pronounce it?" Yes, and his name was Yusuf. Yusuf. It wasn't even Yusuf. Yusuf is the correct pronunciation. His name was Yusuf. So it was like somebody had made it up or whatever. And I said, your name is Yusuf. And you're asking me my name is Dab. And like he constantly thought in his mind that I should have some like, I don't know, I guess some nigga prefix made up name, you know. Paquan. Let me say that. Darquan. Some shit like that. Like my name should have been some shit like that. No, my name is Davin. My sister's name is Valerie, and I'm pretty sure my parents foresaw that if we want our son to be respected or have a job in life, we better name him something decent, not some made up name that looks like it regurgitates in the project somewhere. You know what I mean? Like y'all know what the fuck I'm saying, so I have to make this up. There's certain people that are born in certain environments. If they have certain names, you associate that name with that environment. Your name is Daquan. I associate that with the high rises and the projects. I'm sorry. Your name is I don't know what's another name? Corey. That name kind of resonates in a place either or corner. It could be like, middle class or the projects, either or. There's other names out there that like this resonate that. I meet a girl named Shakoya. My name's Shakoya Jackson, especially the last name spit out a lot. Anytime you get a Davidson or a Jenkins or some shit, I was like, oh, okay, I know where you from. You know what I'm saying? And usually it's your lineage. My last name is Lewis. My first name is whatever it is. I don't care. You got me to the point where I don't care now. So it's a different space. It's a way different space, man. So, but yeah, you're not gonna make a fool of me. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna disrespect me either. I think you're gonna come to my page and monitor everything I do with everything I say, and don't date a motherfucking dime. I have 10.5K subscribers, and every last one of them is either stingy, broke, or just want to basically be like, haha, fuck you. We're not going to donate to you. That's how, like I said, I want more white subscribers. I want white people to know this is not a black network. If you are a fellow white subscriber, this is an Italian and Greek and Jewish network. This is not a black network. This is not a Latin network. We do not do Latin and Black stories alone on here. We do not do the facilitation or promotion of Black issues or Latin issues because those facilitated issues that I have promoted previously have never been met with any type of gratitude. So if you want to blame yourself. I don't know. We won't be doing that here. This is not a Black network. I want to repeat that. This is not a Black network. Do not come in with that silly blackety black shit. If you want to, I'll block you. I'm gonna block you and I'm gonna do just like you niggas do me. I'm gonna flag you. I'm gonna block you and you flag you. Yes, flag season is here. We gonna start flagging motherfuckers. We gonna start fucking taking down channels just like you try to do me. That motherfucker flagged me and I got suspended for a week. I couldn't facilitate any money. My viewership is now slowed down. My edge as far as what they push me out into the algorithm now is slowed down because of that strike, and I have to wait. What is it? Almost 30 to 90 days for that strike to move, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like it should be 30 days at tops plus a suspension. No, you have to wait. And the whole time that you have to wait, I'm like, well, what are we like in fourth or fifth grade YouTube? Like 90 days for a strike to be removed. But yeah, that's how you black people get down. So fuck them niggas. Like, nah. As I'm getting older and older, I'm starting to see like, let me tell you a quick story. When I was in the music industry for those years, right? I honestly and truthfully believe, and I can't fully prove it, but I had this conversation with somebody else that was higher in elk than most of those people up there at that building at that time. If this person is listening to that, he knows exactly who I am. Don't worry, I'm not going to mention your name. But we just recently had the conversation. And I said, yeah, I feel like there was probably like at minimum 7 people to 8 people that literally did not want to see me move any further up the chain in the music industry. And it was for many of reasons. One, the ideas that I had and the things that I presented, most people won't think of. You have to be of a certain type of mindset to do that. That's for one. Two, I'm highly intelligent. You guys don't even realize how intelligent I actually am. My nickname was professional, just for example. I'm highly intelligent. I have a high IQ. I've been rated and tested with a high IQ. I'm extremely smart. I can get into conversations with you about nuclear fusion. You name it. You know what I mean? I'm multifaceted in that fact, which works against me because the average person is not like me. I understand that. Third thing I thought I noticed was there was the environment I was actually in. The environment I was actually in, now that I look back at it, was completely negative. Um, that space, even though this is what I mean, because a lot of people come to me and say, "Why are you saying all this shit?" I worked for blacks for 18 years. I worked at a black company for 18 years. I didn't work for whites for 18 years. I came straight out of high school, 2 years, and within 2 years of me being out of high school, I was working with a major record company. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, this is no cap or nothing like that. 2 years out of high school, and I was working with a major record company. I remember one of my friends, Sean Teeterman. He's a white kid. I remember he came into the building where I was working at, or whatever, at the time at BMG. So I'm not making this up. Those elements right there, and along with a couple other elements, which people will, to thwart the conversation from that, what they'll do is they'll try to start blaming you. No, it's not me, it's you. Because when I'm given an opportunity, I present myself or whatever. Like, for example, I got myself into Daddy's House Recording Studio. Nobody in the office ever came to me and said, "Hey, you know what? I know you're rapping and everything. Why don't you go over here to the studio?" Not even any of the artists ever did that for me. I had to find that out on my own. And once I found the studio, and I guarantee you, I have people that will back me up on this. Shout out to Shaquan. Shout out to Tony Druten, who ran the studio. Shout out to Tony. Ask Tony if he know me. Tony Druten. Shout out to a couple of other people, whatever up there. You know what I'm saying? Steve Dickey, Shaquan, Brian, I mentioned. And most importantly enough, my man, who is still my friend to this day, will always be my friend, even though I haven't seen him in a very long time. Far Flow of Flames Flow, which many people know. Cardi B, you know him. Troy Ave, you know him. And many of the other different artists, you know him. Well, anyway, these were people that recorded me. I will put up some of the videos again. They're right here on my channel. You just have to scroll a lot, but I promise you, after this, I will share them for you in the community section. Just go to my community section, and you will find every last one of those videos there to back what I'm saying. It was a litany of different people that some of them at that office did not dislike me. They didn't like the way I moved. Some people thought I was too pretty. Some people thought that I was a little too articulate. There was another group of people, I believe, that thought that I didn't fit in with them. It was different, numerous of reasons or whatever why I didn't excel to the point of where I excelled. And there's many others that are just like me. Hell, Nora, you brought it up on Drink Champs when you had Leo on there. Don't you remember? Yeah, that was you. So I'm not making this up. Noriega brought it up on Drink Champs, and it's something we never talk about. But there was a lot of people that were hired by uh, people of color, not white people of color, that were supposed to excel and they didn't. And they didn't excel because of lack of talent or lack of trying or lack of impressing or whatever. Most of the cases it was because they didn't have their tongue stuck in somebody's ass. I refuse to lick your ass with butter on it. I'm sorry, I won't. I refuse to lick your ass with cream cheese on it. I won't. And based off that, a lot of us didn't excel when we had, I think, in our mind, all areas pointed to we would excel, and we didn't. And I'm not the only one. There's tons of them. They're from Rockefeller Records. They're from Rough Riders. They're from Universal. They're from Sony. They're from Bad Boy. They're from many other record companies, all in New York City. They'll tell you the same thing. I've seen these guys. And most of them will tell you, yo, I tried everything I possibly could and I couldn't get one point of someone just nudging me and helping me. Mind you, these are the same men that own these companies that were nudged and helped by white men previously, or they wouldn't even be in the position where they could hire somebody and have a street team, have a marketing department, have a sales department, have sales reps, have club runners, etc. So they wouldn't even be in these positions if it was for the budgets that were provided to them by these parent companies. They spent it on people they could control. They spent it on people they could control. And now later on, when you hear all these artists, they sit back and they talk about their hardships and everything else. Some of these guys are so broke that y'all thought I was fucked up. I know some people that are way more fucked up than me. Imagine being sick and broke. That was one of the luxuries I'm glad I didn't have, being sick and broke. Or imagine having kids and being broke. And you were previously of an industry that was making millions of dollars. And now the people that worked with you, the people that you once called family or peoples or whatever, won't even come in and donate $1,000 to you. Everybody asks me all the time. They're like, "Yo, Puff don't know what's going on." I said, "Of course he do. I done tagged him and shit. I've been on his live. I talked to him. I was on his live what? 2 weeks ago when you was on that spilling that bullshit talking about love this, love that, nigga, you don't love nobody. Stop lying. It's okay. You ain't gotta love nobody. It's all right. Pup, listen to me. You ain't gotta love nobody, including me. Okay. But I think the problem is what people have a problem with is you spent years of being nefarious and infamous, and now all of a sudden you want to get into your granddaddy stage and tell about everybody, let's go to church this Sunday. If niggas have been following you or like me, the worst way for years, I'm looking at you like, you're running your preacher game like Mace did years before that. I remember. You remember? You probably taught Mace at that time this is what to do. Now you running it yourself. That's cool. I ain't mad at you. I ain't dissing you, whatever, whatever. I would never work with you. Oh, I learned my time. First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. I don't get no third time. Mm-mm. I saw that shit when you pushed it out. I'm pretty sure Prez had something to do with that. Asking for an editor. I went, what? So you can fire me in 6 months? So you can fire me in 6 months and I'm starting over again? Oh, no, 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 no. Let me tell you one thing about Puff. He ain't got no problem firing your ass. He ain't got no problem firing your ass. When they moved the office from 1440 Broadway for Revolt TV, he fired half of the motherfuckers up there. When he closed down the office or when our program was over at Street Team and all that shit, everybody's gone. He ain't got no problem firing nobody. That's the people that used to work for him. And I'm not bashing on him. I'm talking about in general. And the same thing will go for Jay-Z. Same thing will go for Khaled and many of the other ones, whatever, whatever. These people, they put these fronts on you and act like they so much about the culture. Some of these motherfuckers have been the biggest facilitators in crushing the culture and adding to poverty in the demographic. Oh, yes. If you hire somebody and they work for a multi-million dollar company for years and you don't make sure that they're financially straight even after they leave. See, and the reason I say this is because we'll sit back and we'll talk about how a white company will destroy or whatever black individual internally through the years they work in there. You will be surprised the harassment and things like that that black and brown people go through working a regular job. I'm talking about you could be working at Burger King. Ask the average person that's working at Popeyes, Burger King, and Starbucks what their day is like working under white management. Ask them. Ask them. Some of y'all that are on here right now, ask you how your life is working under white management on a daily basis, right? So then you think the tides will turn when you're working for somebody that's black or Latin, and what you find out is that black and Latin person will treat you worse than white management will. That's what I found. And under black management, I feel like it was just so much bullshit. It was just so much like underneath conniving shit. And I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for many of people. And like I said, even Nori said it on Drink Champs. So all thing you have to do is put in Noriega, Drink Champs, Leo Cohen. Watch that whole episode. You understand exactly what I'm saying. And ironically enough, my ex-boss, Sean Prez, is on that episode towards the end. So make sure you watch the whole episode, okay? Make sure you watch the whole episode. Drink Champs, Leo Cohen. And I think one of the Lightly brothers is gonna come up within the interview too, that he was actually interviewed with Leo. Shout out to Leo. Leo, what up? So y'all go check that out and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Where a lot of these people, and especially a lot of these guys too, this is another thing. They'll talk about people like Leo Cohen. They'll talk about people like Todd Moskowitz. They'll talk about all these other different people, right? That are check handers. And shout out to Leo. You smart as hell because you live by the same imprint you said. You raised up 300 Entertainment and then you sold that fucking fuck. Smart man. Get rid of the roster. The roster was riffraff, as you can see, huh? Smart man. Anyway, long story short, they'll talk about these men and they'll talk about how they're so notorious and so bad or whatever the case may be. They always admit the shit that they did that quote unquote they were emulating or thought they were emulating from the people that are mentioned, like a Leo or whatever, whatever. If you don't get what I'm saying, is people will patent Leo Cohen as being the one who started the 360 deal, right? Which in many cases he did. All right, sorry, Leo. You gotta take the hit for this one. Well, hold on. I got you. So the people will patent Leo for cultivating the 360 deal, right? But at the same time, can I tell you how many black superstars and Latin superstars use a 360 deal? And these same motherfuckers will sign you and be right beside you complaining together with you. Yeah, this is a terrible thing. Them signing them 360. Wait, you got four artists under a 360 deal. What the fuck are you talking about here? But they'll point finger at Leo. See, a lot of these things and a lot of these practices that are in the music business or whatever the case may be, these black entertainers and Latin entertainers learned it from watching white entertainers and white individuals that have been in the business a lot longer. And what they decided to do was they started to implement the same type of practices that were put on them onto you as a new signee, you as a new employee, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the problem with me is I was one of the people that would recognize and see the shit, and I would point it out. Just like the other night, you heard that guy George come on my page when I was up there at the old office at Bad Boy, and I was filming it. And I was filming the homeless encampment. That man didn't even realize, sir, this is the third time I've been up here to see this or whatever. He wrote in the comment section, "Nigga, I grew up right." You know, that's how they always have to do. "Nigga, I grew up around Puff." I said, "Well, why the fuck you ain't up here checking this out there?" Because you have a more intimate setting with him than I do. So how come you're not up here filming what's going on in front of his old building? Even if you say the building has been sold, okay, the building has been sold, then you need to contract the sellers or whoever acquisition the building and tell them to take the sign off the building. And now you can associate this homelessness, these homeless encampments, and possibly if somebody has an OD, a drug overdose, or whatever the case may be, which is quite familiar nowadays because half of the city of New York is doing fentanyl. They just did a whole expose on Pix 11 last night in Manhattan on 21st Street, where they've changed the whole neighborhood down there on 21st and 23rd. This is why I don't go down to Trader Joe's down there anymore on 23rd Street because of all the homeless people, the crazies that are down there. They're all in between the blocks of 7th and 8th Avenue. Y'all know what I'm talking about, going all the way down to 14th Street. They're all between the blocks of 7th, 8th, and 9th Avenue now. So I don't go down there. And so, with that being said, that whole crowd has moved into Manhattan because they feel safer right there. You won't see these same homeless crowds in the middle of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You won't see them in the worst, toughest parts of the Bronx congregated like that unless they're drug addicts. They all come to Manhattan because they look at that as a happening. They look at that as an opportunity, and they prey upon weak people. This is what the weak prey upon the weak, you know. So, with that being said, the only thing it would take is one of those people, as they have done, and as they showed in the expose on Pix 11 last night. And also, I want to give a shout out to Lisa Evers because Lisa Evers covered the same story. Okay. Shout out to her on Fox. If y'all don't know Lisa Evers, look her up. We know Lisa Evers. Anyway, long story short, Lisa Evers covered the same story, and this guy had went downstairs where they have the trash compactor. Now these homes down there are worth 1.2 million starting out, 1.5 million starting out. And I'm hearing these stories of these folks talking about, yeah, I'm coming home. There's people sitting on my steps shooting up heroin. I'm coming home. There's people sitting on my steps shooting up crystal meth, which seems to be the big thing in New York nowadays. Or they had video footage where this man said he have spent $60,000 out of my own pocket on surveillance equipment. You go downstairs where his trash is, there's people down there shooting up. He had a storage room that had bikes in it for the residents or whatever wanted to keep their bikes. They broke into that, stole 3 bikes, have them on camera. These people that were sitting in front of there last night, the night before last, George wants to come on my page and say, those poor homeless people, you talking about the homeless and da da da. I said, no, 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 sir. The homeless are down at the homeless shelter. The homeless are down at the homeless shelter. They're down there because they're trying to get their life right and structure themselves so they can get into a better situation. The extreme homeless that want to party, hang out, shoot drugs, and all that shit or whatever, that's who's here. That's who's right here. These are the homeless that want to sit there and they don't want anything done. They just want to get high, cause trouble, attack people, push people off subway platforms, attack people with lead pipes like they did that gymnastics girl that none of y'all talked about. That girl was a former silver medalist, black woman, got hit with a pole by a homeless man because he wasn't giving no change. These are people that are dangerous. These are people that will put your life at risk. And if you can see that demonstration of that, or demonstration by people that have been pushed off the subway platforms, people that have been pushed, people that have been women that have been sexually assaulted, etc., 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 it would go to show you there's a difference within that population. Just like with any population or any demographic, there's a difference in between those demographics of people. I don't care if they're black, white, Spanish, whatever. There's the predators of that bunch, and there's the people that are the ironclad and straight up and positive of that bunch. And there's those that are in between. This man, George, whoever he is, comes on and says, "Well, you just messed up," and da 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 da. Like I said, the Black Blame Gang. You know, they good at that one. The Black Blame Gang. You wrong still for saying that. You wrong. So there's a lot of things I had to deal with when I was in the music entertainment circle or whatever, whatever. And I probably would never, ever, as an artist now, I would never, I'm still an artist. I would never sign to a record label, especially, and a lot of people gonna get mad when I say this, especially a black record label. I would never sign to a black record label ever again in my life. Never. Never. Mm-mm. Don't associate me with no black record labels. I don't want your deal. I don't want to help you. I don't want to give you any pointers. I know, especially these motherfuckers on YouTube. Black people on YouTube, they want everything for free. They don't want to give you a dime. Only thing they pay towards is the preachers on YouTube. You know, oh lordy, lordy, lordy. But I'm dead ass serious. I would never sign to a black record label or black affiliates of a record label. Look how they did Bobby Shmurda. Look how they trying to do Nipsey Hussle. Y'all don't be paying attention. Look how they did Michael Jackson, Prince. Prince ain't even had nowhere to run. He wrote slave on his face. Nah. When you get somebody facilitating your deal and they black or facilitating your deal and it's a black label, you're gonna lose. Trust me on this one. You're gonna lose. I can't think of one person that was signed to, name me one person signed to an all black record label that's successful. Successful as Michael Jackson or Jay-Z. Name him. Go ahead. Name me one artist besides Kanye West that reached as much success as Jay-Z. You can't. Name me one artist off of Bad Boy besides Big and Mace that reached as much success as Puff. You can't. And you never will be able to. I think what they got, what you got over there, Puff now? Three. You got your son, you got Christian, French, and you. That's the artist roster. Slick. I'm gonna say to you guys this and I'm gonna get out of here. I need a cigarette in me. This has been draining too. But sometimes I like to get on here and vent. Um, this has been a venting day today. One, I will tell you this. One, do not trust anybody black in the record industry. That's one. You don't believe me? Trust me on this one. Do not, after 18 years dealing with it, trust me, do not trust anybody black or Latino in the music industry full fledgedly unless you have developed a friendship with them over the years. And even then, you got to keep a wide eye. But don't trust anybody black or Latino in the music industry. Trust me on this. Most of these motherfuckers are seasoned now. They've learned from old white men how to fuck you over contractually. Please believe that. And that is our only motive. It's most of them. It's to fuck you over contractually. You don't believe me? Ask Meg the Stallion. That's how her setup is. Anyway, long story short, that's the number one rule. Number two, stop having this blind ideology that somehow or another, just because somebody say colors you, that they represent or want to support everything that you do. Because what you're gonna find is you're gonna run into a brick wall every fucking time. This is reality. This is not what you want it to be. This is reality as of now. The black people that you once knew, the Latin people that you once knew, they are no more. It's a hybrid of many other different personalities, many other different morals, many other sexual structure sets that previously would have been annihilated within moments, even brought up upon mention, but now are embraced as tenets of regular life when they're not. Third thing I'm gonna tell you guys is if you start a YouTube channel, be aware, being the color that you are, the niggas are gonna attack you first. It's not gonna be white people, it's gonna be niggas. I'm not talking about black people and Latinos, I'm talking about niggas. Niggas that are worthless, don't have any type of education, don't strive for anything, are jealous of you because you have so many followers or starting trying to navigate yourself to something positive or whatever. Be in content that the first thing that's going to attack you is going to be black people and niggas especially. Fourth thing I would tell you guys is this. Don't put any temperament on trying to be financially supported by blacks unless you are gossiping, talking down upon people, making fun of somebody, yelling and screaming like you a Sunday school preacher, or whatever the case may be. You will not make any money here. This is what they like. This is what they are attuned to. Most of them, that's just what they're attuned to. You know, I'm not going to call everybody ignorant because that's a wrong word to say, but I will say not as intelligent. Um, Fifth thing I would say to you guys, if you pay attention to any of these hotep people or whatever, whatever, and you believe and rally behind what they say, put a cap for yourself financially on how much you donate to them. What you're gonna find is these people are taking in hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. For example, Alex Jones, this with the court, this recently. Many of y'all remember Alex Jones. He's really the pre-emphasis of why many of you talk the way you talk, all the way back to Secret Space and all that shit. I remember my first Alex Jones is gonna blow your mind. My first Alex Jones DVD, excuse me, my first Alex Jones VHS tape, and then later on DVD came off 125th Street in Lexington Avenue. Yes, it did. And many of the vendors out there, they were selling this stuff. See, I'm gonna go into this one later on and tell you how a lot of these, I'm gonna call it the rise of the hoteps, the breakdown really where these guys come from and how they're out here so easily hustling and giving you these false narratives, and giving you these false information, to skew down information. But the first VHS and then later on DVD that I caught from Alex Jones was on 125th Street in Lexington. It was one of the vendors. So this guy did this half him. He had David Ick. He had a couple other people, Brandon Marshall, a couple other people. And so we checked it. I checked these people out. This is how I learned to know about them. So this recently in my state, shout out to Sandy Hook. In Connecticut, we had a tragedy out there where we had a whole bunch of children get shot in school by this crazy wacko motherfucker with a submachine gun. May he rest in piss. And Alex Jones tried to make a mockery of it and said it didn't happen. I have a friend, and I bring this up all the time. His niece, excuse me, his nephew died out there, and his niece was harmed in that school. So I know these people personally. And so I was like, yo, that is crazy that he would say something like that. Well, the lawyer tore him apart yesterday. I'm gonna try to find a clip and put it up. Alex Jones makes $800,000 a day based off his financial records selling snake oil, elixirs, and shit like that. $800,000 a day based on his financial records. And he made all of it coming off of YouTube. I can't make this up. That's how white folks supported him. Name me one black YouTuber, not YouTuber, that makes $800,000 a day. This is maybe one. Alex Jones subsequently, after they added all the money together, makes somewhere in the hints after taxes of almost $271 million a year. 270. I want to say that to you again. After taxes, everything else is gone. His net worth is around about 360 million a year. After taxes, everything. He takes home about 271, 272 a year. Million. That's a million. Can't make this up. Let me one black or the YouTuber that does it say you won't. So that's the other thing I want to warn you guys about. Watch out for this regurgitated material that these people put out because just like Alex Jones, they did the same thing. Alex Jones fed people a fake, if you want to say, a fake narrative of what he wanted to feed them. And he collected money by selling little trinkets and things like that off these people. These poor folks, they dug into it. They're still digging into it and they still follow him and support him. So, it is what it is. Other than that, I'm not giving out any more advice here because anything else I'll be giving out is for free. And fuck all that. We're not doing no more free shit. I'm not looking forward towards the people and all that shit or whatever. And I just want to tell you, black people and Latin people, y'all continue going over there supporting everybody financially. They gossips and divvies and everything like that. That's what you are. And I don't want you to be anything other than what you are. It makes it easier to identify you. So I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, y'all continue being niggas. Keep talking about each other, keep destroying each other, keep donating financially for one person talk about one to other person worse than the other. And I hope ultimately all of you burn in hell for your actions. And that's all I got to say. And guys, if you like anything I said here, you can donate to $ST. Matter of fact, don't worry about it.